games underway already. Brackets are starting to heat up. Check out Bama Robert Morris.
So reset to Woods. Woods wants to attack. A couple of fakes and they get him. He thought he got one up play by Sherrill.
Yeah, he thought he got bumped underneath there, but Phylon. Oh, look at that.
Sears going to pull. Wow. That's an awfully deep place.
Oh, turnover. Ew, man, Robert Morris hanging in there.
Woods just got a shot blocked on him the previous trip, but made up for it with a beautiful quick pass in the fast break.
Midway point and a half. We got a 4-point game. In this 2:15 matchup in Cleveland.
And he tried to use their size and keep going to the basket, but it's blocked away. Another good look here if he gets it.
Oh, what a play.
Just magical.
I'm not so sure I would have tried that pass under these circumstances, but did he ever nail that right on the money?
Robert Morris
He's never coached a player
giving Alabama trouble.
What a response. Sherrill.
Bama scores one back the other way.
Is known for shooting the three ball. They love the threes, and they like to go to the middle of the floor and get the paint. But it's interesting that they're not doing that in terms of the efficiency. I think they have to do that more.
Here comes Omajako, the jump stop, the spin, soft touch.
What an interesting observation. Look across at who's getting ready to check in. Nelson.
Haven't seen him yet. Sherrill the catch under control.
Oh, big and one, Alabama.
6'10", 240. He used every bit of that size and strength.
62-58 and one for Bama. Let's go to Mississippi State versus Baylor. Baylor just went up 4 with 1:29 to go.
Will have to touch the ball, particularly after making that last three. He's been kind of quiet here in the second half.
Edgecombe's length has given him a little trouble.
What up, dude?
His foot speed. Go.
12-point game. Mississippi State firing the three. Fouled. Oh, no. Awful foul.
That's how that started.
Well, 2 bad plays. That gamble and then a bad closeout there on Harris. Right there, his landing space, landing area.
Awful foul.
The Celestine? Yeah, it is. You got him on the feet.
Yeah.
And Celestine is now trying to show the officials. Look at the replay up top. I didn't get him. You got to permit him to land.
Yes.
And he did not. It's rather simple. It's going to be 3 free throws here from Claudell Harris Jr., who's a 76% shooter.
Big free throws from Mississippi State. It's the first.
He also played at Charleston Southern.
Robert Morris is fucking hanging in there, too. We're going to go right to that game when this one's over. Robert Morris is giving Alabama a fit.
Steady for Chris Jans. The senior makes 2 in a row. He gets a third.
And he's just some big shots here tonight, too. Off the bounce, a couple three-pointers.
It's interesting how a coach has that feeling at stardom. He's ready to go. Well, I like watching these.
And one, Robert Morris. Oh, my goodness. They're only down by 2.
Third one. Picks them off. 13 points.
Mississippi State down by 1.
Got a 1-point game with 1:19.
Minute 19 to go against Baylor.
Matthews will probably play over here. And he's going down. Mixing and matching as Jones will check in for Mississippi State. Murphy sits.
Only 3 team fouls right now for Mississippi State. Look like a timeout coming from Scott Drew.
Baylor 71, Mississippi State 70. 8-9 game, producing drama as usual.
Let's check out Robert Morris. Oh, they're at timeout, too. Robert Morris is keeping Alabama on their tippy toes. Iowa State up by 14 at the half. Memphis, Colorado State tied up at 15. 11 minutes to go in that first half. We got Duke coming on at 2:50 against Mount St. Mary. Memphis knocks down a free throw. I think that's their first lead of the game. So we got Robert Morris giving number 2 Alabama a fit. And we got an 8-9 matchup. Mississippi State versus Baylor. Going to go down to the wire.
Baylor has used its final timeout. They lead it 71-70. Baylor with possession. They also have the possession arrow with 1:19 to play.
He didn't like the lineup, I think. Chatting with different players on the sideline. When you bring them together, Chad.
Mississippi State, there were a few moments where you thought maybe the game was going to get away from them. It didn't.
They stayed in there and really turned it up defensively, forcing some turnovers here. And obviously rebounding, not giving up the second chance opportunities in the last 4 minutes.
This is the big match here.
Double team on right.
Yep. Doubling up.
Get it ahead. Perfect. And they do to Celestine.
You got a foul or time? What do they got?
It is a foul.
Can't be a timeout. Baylor didn't have any more.
No.
And it's going to be Kugel.
He had a good strap right there, right in the corner.
We're going to have a free throw shooting contest, I guess.
That's why they did it.
That's 14 fouls now.
I thought they were going to get more out of that trap, though.
Yeah.
Love trigger in for Wright. We approach 1 minute to go. Lupin.
Baylor needs a hoop.
Handed off.
Oh, nice take. And one foul.
What's the foul? What a great
Edgecombe, I believe.
Got right earlier. His dominant hand. They pull the plug. The big body at the foul line. The handoff. How about this effort?
Bad foul on Mississippi State. Really bad foul.
Downhill.
He could be excited.
That was a stupid foul on
But I
Mississippi
like that,
State
Scott. You
spot.
get the ball to your young star, right? Take advantage of his special gift.
Stupid.
Wait a second. They're saying
They're saying on the floor? Wow.
The bucket will not count for Edgecombe.
As close as a continuity.
Right there, it's a foul.
That should be a foul shooting.
That is a
That's a bad call.
One side, too.
So this remains a 1-point game. 55 seconds left. Edgecombe makes his move.
We got fouled that time.
Matthews with the pilfer.
That looked clean right there.
Sure did. They had support at the basket.
No, the other guy hit him, number 5.
So you had Matthews taking it away, but Jones on the other side gets called for the hug. As mentioned, the fouls to give, so they are piling up, but they're allowing Mississippi State to take some chances.
Gotta get it in.
They're up by 1. Get it in. Return it for Wright. We're down to 48 seconds to play.
Wow. Mississippi State's gotten very lucky down the stretch.
Giveaway.
The foul on Jones.
But there was some confusion. It looked like they switched defensively in great awareness by Edgecombe to find Wright in the corner, but
And guess what? You've run out of fouls.
you run out of fouls.
You had the benefit, you no longer have the benefit.
But Jones and Matthews tried to switch late.
Mississippi State
Smart getting into this guy.
got a big break on his last few calls.
Read it to find what he wants to do.
Fantastic freshman there for Baylor.
First trip to the line.
Nice shooting by Baylor. Up 2.
2-point lead for Baylor.
They're trying to sell a push-off on the lane.
Might want to squeeze him on the free throw lane here if you're Mississippi State.
Well, you can say it. You're not out there.
Easier said than done.
78% on the season for Rob Wright. Trying to make this a 3-point game.
Makes them both.
17 for Wright. Latoya Wright, his
Not
mom.
good.
There was a sigh of relief there. And now everybody locked in on the final 43.2.
I'm thinking 2, go strong, a pin down, get it to Hubbard.
Scooped up.
3-point lead, Baylor.
Handle it. 37 seconds.
Hanging in there, brother.
We got to tackle.
Yeah. Fit the hand up. Matthews feed it inside. Murphy turns. Murphy scores.
Nice play, Mississippi State.
That was a move. Cuts it to 1 with 29.3 to play. Whew. I think Hubbard should have kept the ball.
That was a nice little set right here. Fake the handoff and then the seal inside.
He does that during the season too, man.
They had the mismatch too. Edgecombe switched with.
Baylor up by 1, 29 seconds to go. Robert Morris in a battle. We're going to go to that game as soon as this game's over. Alabama only up by 1. No, I haven't, Ben. I haven't done shit lately. But congratulations. Good job. Once the weather gets a bit more, the weather's starting to turn up here. I'm going to get going again. I had a lot of shit going on. And it was a very cold winter where I live.
Try to get a steal. If you get the ball in that corner here in the front court, that's a great opportunity where they fouled a few possessions before.
Last two meetings in 2018 and 2011, both decided by 2 points or fewer. This is a 1-point game. The winner advances to the second round here in the East region.
They do play small, nobody big on the ball, so they can bubble easily.
Well, and Matthews, though, is such a versatile defender as a big guy from Mississippi State, so he probably will keep him out there, but that small lineup has worked.
Duke, Mount St. Mary's is coming up. Winner here will meet the winner there.
If you're Baylor, you got to come meet the pass. You got to be strong with the basketball. Don't assume anything.
And the inbounder is key, too. First free guy, you got to get it in.
So Love will be the trigger man. Defended by Jones.
Believe it or not,
Baylor up by 1, 29 seconds.
he will be the
Inbounding the ball.
He takes all.
Timer is off. Get it in. Return it for Love. Hand it to Wright.
Perfect spot here. That's right.
Wright needs help. Fighting. Wright double team.
Jump ball.
5 seconds.
Jump ball. Well, that's exactly the spot we were talking about.
Possession error
Wow.
to Baylor with 15.7.
They executed that to perfection defensively.
And they didn't give it up in the backcourt. They waited.
And Baylor has no timeout, so he has no options.
Baylor got lucky there, boys.
Ideal spot defensively.
Get it in. O'Meara. Feed it. Edgecombe.
Got the foul here soon.
10 seconds. Edgecombe walking a tightrope at half court. He's fouled by Matthews. Was this legal from Edgecombe as he was just trying to handle it along the half-court stripe? Edgecombe,
No, it looked fine.
all good.
It looked good. He was doing his Bob Cousy imitation.
He is 4 of 4 at the free throw line.
He's trying not to get fouled there.
78% shooter, 9.3 on the clock.
Big free throws.
Mississippi State still has life. Baylor, if Edgecombe makes both, you're looking at a 3-point game.
Hits the first. Big free throw.
Up there with confidence, knock that in. Of course, once again, you have to block out O'Meara.
Be forceful. Defensively now, Baylor's got to think about what they're going to do. Contain, don't let him turn the corner.
I think make or miss, you got to get the ball in Hubbard's hands. His speed, his power.
Mississippi State does have 1 timeout remaining. Baylor up by 2. Edgecombe buries the
Hit them both. Big time.
He let him go.
Three-point game. Baylor up.
3 on the clock
9 seconds to go.
for Hubbard. We're down to 6 seconds. Handed off for Harris. He fired.
No good.
Out of bounds.
Wow, that was good, too.
Hubbard never got a touch.
Yeah, I would have liked Hubbard to have the ball. Shot opportunity there. A little dribble handoff into a screen. And looked like
Air
there,
ball.
broke off the play Harris.
They were not thinking of giving it up either.
.8 seconds. This one should be over.
On a victory here in the first round.
Yeah, I think they were going to try to get
The game clock's under review.
get it back to Hubbard right there on that play.
They've done a good job not letting.
Let's check out Robert Morris versus Alabama. They're going to check out the time left in the Baylor game. I think there's going to be like 2 seconds left. Alabama up by 5, 4:58 to go. Robert Morris giving Alabama all they can handle. So they're going to say 1.1 second left in the Baylor game.
1.1 on the clock. Love.
That's
Yet
it.
again. That's it.
They're going to shoot it. They have to shoot it because they blew the whistle.
Oh, come on.
So there was a foul called. We got double zeros on the clock. The officials will head over to the scorer's table. Baylor is ready to celebrate, but there was a giveaway there with at least
0.4.
0.4 of a second. They're going to put 0.5.
That's a great pressure release to have.
Who's going to get around them?
Chad O'Meara at the free throw line. He's got 12 points, 10 rebounds, and now just looking to seal the deal. 75% on the season, 6 of 7 today.
He has been solid. As I said, for a volleyball player, he is excellent.
Chad O'Meara is just waiting for his turn. Michigan State's going to make a substitution with Murphy checking in, replacing Jones.
And Rafty picked up 3 fouls early in that second half, but his ability to stay in the game, play great defense, be physical without fouling was huge.
He is a winner, though. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
It's been a long time for O'Meara to stand at the line.
Trying to freeze him.
They're going time-wise again.
I think the officials are actually the one doing the freezing.
Come on, finish this game up. Fucking referees are terrible.
And the issue right now is
The fifth foul.
who was the foul on? Because if it was Matthews, it was
Oh,
his
God,
fifth.
get your
They're
shit
trying to
together.
determine was it on Jones, and they all agree it was on Jones. So he's done. Free throw. Off the mark.
Tried to call timeout right there.
We're going to check the clock again.
And they got a timeout.
It's interesting because the ball kind of hung up there a little bit. It didn't, right when it's...
And the timeout.
When does the clock start?
Yeah, it's got to be like maybe 3 to 4, would you say?
It went 0.5, and then it just went to 0.0. Gene Steratore been watching.
These referees are causing major problems in this Baylor game. Fucking terrible. Terrible job. This is why I stopped broadcasting last night. I got so frustrated with referees. Come on. You don't know who fucking called timeout and when they did it. Come on.
A minimum of 0.3 of a second must expire by rule at that point. It was instantaneous
Ridiculous.
with possession. That's why we've gone from 0.5 to 0.2. So now you guys know that what we have to have now is just a tap. We can't have a catch and shoot now. We're 0.3 or under. But by rule, that's what you have to have. It is automatically 0.3 of a second must expire.
And the clock doesn't start until someone catches it.
Or touches this case. First touch. Yeah, first touch. Let's get Grant on the baseline.
No time to catch it and shoot it.
Yeah,
You're talking about a deflection, a guide.
Maybe 2 seconds, right?
0.2 seconds left. You ain't going to get a
This is
shot
beyond
off.
a miracle.
You need a 3.
0.2 on the clock, down by 3. It's too late,
Oh,
and it's over. Baylor.
holy shit. Baylor wins. Referees almost blew that one. Terrible officiating down the stretch. Baylor will advance. 75-72 over Mississippi State. Let's check out Robert Morris versus Alabama. It's a 6-point game. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Robert Morris just missed the three. Here comes
Morris
Bama.
is 5 of 23 from three. Sears taking.
Oh, big and one.
It's going to be the fourth against Dickerson. Boy, Dickerson a little bit of a push with that arm. Officials quickly separating them. We'll see if there's anything more here. Mark Sears, the lead. Alabama's lead is 8 here in Cleveland.
Bama starting to pull away a little bit. Iowa State up by 16 right now. 18 minutes to go in the second half. Let's check out Memphis versus Colorado State.
On, he's got 12. The handle is there. He's been balling 6 of 8 from the field. Dane Danger's out here getting his game on.
And that game has a TV timeout as well. 31-28 Memphis. I guess we're going to watch Iowa State for a second.
It's what they like. We talked about it earlier. Get Pruitt isolated on that left wing. That's the matchup they like, but Heisey did a good job on that.
All knocked out. He prepared for history to be written in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. NHL on TNT playoff coverage begins April 19th on TNT, TBS, and Max. Shot clock is at 7. Williams will make a move. Jackson is there. Pruitt has got it. Lipsy's on him. Shot clock at 1.
No good. Rebound Iowa State.
Rebound by Jackson.
Great defense. You said it a couple times in the second half, Dan. They're really getting out on the 3.
Lipsy into Pruitt. With a gyrating move. It will not drop. Anderson's got it out on the floor. Powell on the wing. And Williams in the corner. Back to Pruitt.
I'm with you, Dan. Pruitt's got to shoot those open threes.
I thought 2 guys passed up a 3 in transition. You got to take them. Pruitt is a 4-year starter. Powell will try to work. Momchilevich is down there defending. It was tipped by Heisey. Momchilevich will gallop. Pruitt is there. And he'll put it off. Again on the doorstep. Couldn't get it to go.
What up, Jet?
Lipsom's got to take advantage here. Oops. Lipson just ran him over.
Well, Anderson, he's taking the ball in transition and he stops. I think he surprised Lipsy by stopping.
That's a strong guy. You pointed it out a couple times, Dan. Lipsy is a strong guy. Now, this is the guy that tried to go at a little bit, Kelderman, and I think they've got to do that here. It's one of the few matchups where they can get an advantage.
Everyone's still got a shot.
Check field is in. Here's a pick right here. Kelderman the other way. Trying to get it. Oh, what an acrobatic move. Terrific play.
Yeah, Iowa State is running over Lipscomb right now. Baylor with a very tough win over Mississippi State. Horrible officiating down the stretch of that game. I gotta be honest, the referees have fucking driven me crazy this tournament so far. Let's check out Alabama Robert Morris. Robert Morris is giving him a tough game. Bama's starting to pull away. But it's still close enough where it's not over. 75-68, 3:07 to go. Bama with the ball.
On the right spot. 7-point game as we hit the 3-minute mark. Boy, Woods has pretty good effort, but I think he just didn't get out there.
Yeah, they almost got knocked
That's
off.
going to be the 4th on Woods. So both Woods, Jim, and Dickerson are going to be playing here with 4 personals each.
You know what? I'm not so sure about that. He's not either.
And now that's the 10th against the Colonial. So 2 free throws for Alabama from this point of the game forward.
I thought when Woods jumped at him, I thought just instinctively he would have kind of ridden up his back a little bit. I think he avoided him just.
Big free throws, Bama.
You're just starting to talk about how good the SEC was, maybe the deepest conference this year in the history of the sport. And here comes Robert Morris out of the horizon. It's just a reminder, Jim, of how wide open the field is now with the transfer portal and how everything's changed in the sport.
The veteran teams, when you look at how long they've been playing.
Bama knocks down another one.
You're absolutely right on that.
There's only 2 brackets that can't win so far, Jet. 2 brackets that are pretty much out of it. Other than that, everyone's still got a shot. Report Aaron Rodgers is at Steelers facility today.
Maybe some contact. The Colonial bench screaming for a foul. Sears dribbles it off of his foot, and he's going to get a timeout. For the basketball smarts of Mark Sears. Big break for Bama. Closing minutes here in Cleveland.
Once upon a time.
Bama up by 9, 2:35 to go. We're going to check out another game in a minute. Yeah, the refereeing's been pretty bad, Jet. I watched some of the calls in that Michigan game. It was pretty fucking bad, dude. I turned it off. I was so burnt out. I watched some of the UC. What was the last game I did last night? I'm trying to think. I went right up till 10 o'clock last night, and then I had to take it a break. It was such a long day of watching shitty refereeing. It was fucking brutal. By 10 o'clock, I couldn't watch anymore. And that Butler game, the referees almost just fucked up. Big time. Big time. I mean, not Butler. That Baylor game. They almost fucking blew that game. The last 2 minutes, the referees fucking were terrible. So Iowa State up big. We got Memphis and Colorado playing each other tight. Bama's starting to pull away. They're up 10 now. 2:35 to go. Make it 11. Robert Morris played a great game. I think it's over, though. Oh, they just hit a big 3. Down 8. Calling a timeout. Let's check out Memphis versus Colorado State. 31-29, Memphis with the ball. Memphis in the lead. First half.
Video, he wants them back for their home opener of a formal, official sort of visit with them down in Memphis. Superfans, and as Penny said, you never can basically assume that everyone's for you. He loves the fact that he's got fans across the country, and the mother, Julie, was saying how much she has followed Penny Hardaway's career, and you never take for granted Superfans, and there you see. Now Penny, kind of a Swiftie, because he's got a couple of bracelets.
Well, she's a fan of Penny Hardaway, and I'm sitting next to another big fan of Penny Hardaway.
Absolutely. Magic
Penny
Johnson,
Hardaway was the shit.
Penny and I idolize Steve Smith, other 6'7" plus point guard.
Travel on Memphis. Memphis has had a pretty good season. Colorado State playing them tough.
No, they ended up losing in that game.
They lost to Cincinnati in the Elite Eight back in 1992.
What a matchup that would have been. A little
Yes.
Jalen Rose, Penny Hardaway.
Absolutely.
Here's Evans.
Penny Hardaway would have shit all over Jalen
Check into
Rose.
McCann. He's got 3 blocks.
Even in college.
the first half.
It's so good.
Dangerous to them.
Danger stays
There
up
you go
on
again.
him.
What a play without fouling.
Basically forced Clifford to miss.
Pick, roll.
Right back to Danger.
Roll.
Ball's loose.
Oh, wow.
Good. The impact of him
Memphis got away with one
offensively
there.
and defensively is huge.
Up floor.
Danger's been terrific on both ends of the floor. Scoring with both hands, blocking shots. His aggressiveness has been terrific.
And it's P.J. Carter riding him. He's got 3 personal fouls. Danger with the block.
The protecting of the rim. It's the initial block. It's verticality, getting straight up and down and making Nick Clifford finish over the top. And then this is just the ability that Danger has. The great hands. You lose it, you gather it, you find a way to score it. Dane Danger has been the best player on the floor in the first half here.
You know, he told me, you mentioned Jalen, that he's good on both his right hand and his left hand. He told me with everything else, he eats with his left, he writes with his left hand, and he really prides himself on exactly that. Ball handling, he worked on both hands. Shooting, he works on both hands. Clifford makes good on the first. Don't miss Celtic City, the HBO original documentary series the Wall Street Journal calls a slam dunk, streaming Mondays at 9 p.m. on Max. Clifford, the former Colorado player.
Colorado State cuts it back to 2. Memphis 33, Colorado State 31, 2:15 to go in the first half.
Seasons.
Big 2 free throws for him right there. Tough first half, 1 of 5 from the field. You don't want to let great players get their heads up. And Nick Clifford just saw 2 foul shots go down.
Danger doing exactly what he should do. Screen for the basketball.
Are you guys surprised he's not getting double teamed there? The kick out. Haggerty with the miss.
Nice
Chased down
offensive
the
rebound.
Shot clock resets to 20. Haggerty's on
Another
his
offensive
advantage.
rebound,
14
Memphis.
With the big offensive rebound, gets it into Haggerty's hands. The pump fake
Oh,
and
wow.
spooled on the
Look
baseline.
what I
When
found.
you get 3 shots, you're going to knock one down.
And you've got a guy like Haggerty who's been contained in this first half. You give him a couple cracks at it, and that can open Pandora's box pretty quickly.
He's 3 of 9 from the field. You mentioned he's the 3rd best scorer in the country. He's got 7 points in the first half.
Yeah, Louisville fucked a lot of people.
Danger just rips it down.
That's a grown man rebound right there by Danger.
He's got 4 rebounds to go with his 14 points.
Louisville fucked me too.
See if Haggerty can get to the basket. 0 for his last 12 from the 3-point line. Has to attack the rim and get downhill.
Gives it up that time, Jordan for 3. And Danger, offensive rebound. He's got amongst the trees and tries the
Moses
foul.
Malone out there. That's how you get physical, big fella.
Yeah, Memphis starting to control the glass big time. 35-31. Going to shoot some free throws after another offensive rebound. Iowa State still cruising. Baylor knocked off Mississippi State. 2-2-2-2. Robert Morris trails Alabama by 10 after playing them very close most of the game.
0 fouls.
The way he plays, that's a stat.
Well, and the way that he's guarded, to defend without fouling, to be an impact defensive player at the rim, to move his feet on the perimeter. He's done it on the offensive end, and we've talked plenty about that. But he's been equally as good, Jalen, on the other end at slowing down this really, really talented Colorado State attack.
Colorado State still hanging around.
Missed them both.
Think about
Missed one of
all
them.
the things that have gone Memphis' way. It feels like they should be up by more than just 5 points right now.
And again, this is a Memphis team playing without their top.
Memphis got 20 points in the paint to Colorado State's 8. That's not going to work the rest of the game, I don't think, for Colorado State, unless they continue to stay hot. It could happen, but usually not a good sign in college sports, college basketball, when you're getting outscored by 12 in the paint. Memphis is going to take a timeout up 5, 30 seconds to go in the half. Let's go to the Bama game. Minute 45 to go. They're up 10.
Somehow saves it. I think that's a walk. Yeah. I don't think anybody got him. He just lost his balance just then. Keep it interesting a bit. Nate Oates going to go back to the defense. Offense substitution.
And the asshole that made 2 brackets, Jet, his brackets are in first and second place. Why would you make 2 brackets? I don't know. I had it set up where you're only supposed to do 1, so he had to use 2 separate emails or names. But he's going to be disqualified and be an upset person when he finds out. And I really don't care. Got 2 brackets. You're in first and second place. And because you put 2 brackets up, you're going to fucking blow your chances. Fucking idiot. I know who it is, too. I think I'm going to confront them today. If they come in the chat, I'm going to say something to them. And then I'm going to rip both brackets out of the fucking tournament. So there's really 3 brackets that are no good. 4 brackets that are no good. Out of about 22. So there's still like 18 people still in it. Fucking assholes. I know who it was. It was Skun. S-K-U-N is their name. I'm pretty sure. Because I went back and I found their comment that they put 2 entries in. So they're all done. I'm just leaving the bracket up there to shove it up their ass. I'm going to leave it up there like they think they got a fucking chance. Robert Morris down by 8. Yeah, people just got to take advantage of everything. Like, dude, you're in first and second place. Either one of your brackets, you're leading the fucking pack. But because you got greedy, you're going bye-bye. I should just get rid of them right now and wait for the person to come in the chat and rat themselves out. Is what I should do. Matter of fact, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because that's bullshit. I'm pissed about this. Goodbye. Your 2 brackets are gone. They're gone. You're in first place, Jet, on the ESPN side. Fucking gone. That shit been eating at me for 3 days. And they weren't even smart enough to put a different name. And they go in the chat and they go, I applied twice. I am going to get away with it, even though I ratted myself out already. Fucking morons. Let them come in here. What happened to my brackets? Catch them saying multiples. Fucking loser. Loser. And I still got 12 brackets upstairs too that are a part of this that got emailed. Iowa State up by almost 20. Alabama up by 9. Minute to go. Let's check that out.
Now with Nelson taking a seat.
You see the work that Nate Oates is doing with that offense and defense substitution. He's getting a lot of mileage out of Nelson, and he has the guy who can clog up the middle of the floor.
No. No one has a perfect bracket.
We are inside of a minute.
Then you get it out of his hands and then you foul somebody else if you can. He doesn't give it up that often.
Clint coming over and he is going to foul Sears.
Every bracket has at least 2 losses. Every single bracket. A lot of people lost on Clemson. What was another one? A lot of people lost on. A lot of people lost on Louisville. No, I don't have Mexico. I have New Mexico losing on mine. A lot of people lost Drake. A lot of people didn't take Drake. They won. A lot of people got the same games wrong. The ones that were wrong. Those were the games, really. And almost everyone, if Michigan lost last night, pretty much everyone was dead. Kansas almost came back, man. A lot of people lost Georgia. There was quite a few losses in the Georgia game. A lot of people took Georgia. Gonzaga ran them over. Bama up by 10 now. Let's go to the game.
Years, because you guys didn't win.
I have Duke winning it all.
Reason to watch this school have this kind of a season. Just break on three, missed it. But they just ran into an Alabama team that is just loaded with talent. And a couple of seconds away from a trip to the round of 32.
And to give Nate Oates credit, his team regrouped, to figure it all out. And on the other side, you got to give credit to Andy.
Yeah, Bama's going to pull out the W. Robert Morris played them very tough. Yeah, Missouri didn't play well down the stretch. But I figured they had enough to beat Drake. They still should have won that game. Drake barely pulled it out. But there was a lot of games like that. Clemson yesterday was fucking terrible. Clemson only showed up for about 7 minutes of that game. Lost by 2. What else was another game that some people lost? Let me look. Because I had like 3 losses yesterday. 3 or 4. I didn't have a great day yesterday. Louisville fucked me. Who else fucked me? Drake. Drake fucked me. Georgia fucked me. Clemson fucked me. Purdue almost fucked me. Purdue got a lot of calls. High Point really got fucked in that game, I thought. Even though I didn't take High Point to win, I felt like the refs really stuck it to them. A lot of people got Kansas wrong, too. A lot of people took Kansas. I didn't take Kansas, but a lot of people did. That was a loss for a lot of people. Just about everyone's got 2 or 3 losses. That's about the only... Everyone's got 2 or 3 losses at least. Except for the asshole that cheated that I just booted out. They're going to come in the chat later on like, where did my picks go? Like I'm a fucking idiot. Colorado's hit a lot of threes. That's the only reason that game's close right now. Memphis has outscored Colorado like 20-8 in the paint. So Alabama's going to advance. Very close game. Robert Morris played them very close. That was a 2-point game with like 4 minutes to go. Iowa State's rolling. They're up almost 30. Duke should be getting ready to go any minute. Cooper's not going to play today, I don't think. They're not going to need him against Mount. They shouldn't. They shouldn't need him anyway. They say he's expected to be in the starting 5, though. I don't think he got hurt. I don't think he even got hurt bad. I think they were scared. I think they were scared. I think everyone knows he's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft if he comes out. And I think he probably was like, he's probably got somewhere where if he gets hurt, he's fucking done until he goes to a doctor. It's probably like written in his contract with the university. I wouldn't doubt it. Because I looked at when he got hurt, it didn't look like anything bad. I didn't even see him roll an ankle or anything. I think he just came down funny and he hurt himself. Like, you know, he just felt a little weird. I don't think it's anything big. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I don't know Cooper Flagg. I'm not part of the Duke program. But when I looked at the play where he got injured, it wasn't anything major. But I guess he's going to start today.
Ready for action. It is the East Region and the 16-1 matchup, Mount St. Mary's against the Blue Devils of Duke. Baylor has already advanced.
All right, bro.
They got by Mississippi State with a 75-72 win in the first round. And we join you courtside. Hi, everybody. Ian Eagles.
Duke's getting ready to play in a minute. We're going to put it on.
Playing well. That's part of the deal, though, when you get to this stage. The big question all week, Cooper Flagg, will he, won't he? Tracy Wilson with the answer.
Well, thanks a lot, Ian. Since suffering that left ankle sprain last Thursday, Cooper Flagg has been receiving round-the-clock treatment to get the swelling down. He did participate in individual drills on Monday. Returned to practice on Tuesday, was full go on Wednesday. We watched him in practice yesterday. He looked just fine. He said he feels 100%. John Shire telling us he will not be limited in any way.
And Tracy,
I
first
think
team
he's
All-America,
good.
one of the best players in the nation and a complete player. He does it all.
He really does. No player
Here we
came
go,
into college
Duke.
basketball with as much attention as Cooper Flagg, and he has delivered. And you said it best. He does everything. He scores, he facilitates, plays defense, and brings a swagger, a confidence, and a belief that Duke can win when Cooper plays big. I expect him to try to be big here today.
And Dola Adebayo, a young guy who's very good in the lane. He pins down, he picks and pops. Big threat, he gets to the free throw line. Yes, he can finish big time. Send it in, big fella. They need a lot of that from the bigs.
The classic David versus Goliath. Mount St. Mary's not just happen to be here looking to make history. Duke hoping this is the start of an extended run.
Oh, not again.
Going to start getting interesting. After today is when it starts getting fun. After today, when shit starts getting more broken down, like Saturday and Sunday is going to be more fun than the first 2 days. There really haven't been a lot of upsets, like major. McNeese State's a kind of a big one, but a lot of people took McNeese State. We haven't had like a 2 versus a fucking 15 knock anyone out, or a 3. We've had a 5 go down. Had a number 5 team go down. Almost had 2 number 5s go down. Michigan almost got knocked off. Michigan's got a good team too. I was surprised by that. I'm a little bit worried. I took Michigan pretty deep because they got 2 7-footers that can ball. I don't know what the fuck happened last night. I didn't watch much of that game. I watched like the first 10 minutes. I don't know if they got into foul trouble or what. But you got some 9s beating some number 8s. You got a 5 beating. I think 2 5s got knocked off. It could have been all 4, which is crazy. Let me see. Well, Oregon plays today versus Liberty. Yeah, you had McNeese knock them off. Yeah, Drake 11 beat a 6. That's kind of big. But we didn't see any real top teams get knocked out of this. Even Clemson 5 seed. If you're a 5 seed, right, you're in like just on the cusp of the top 25. So we didn't see any of the front runners really get knocked out. All your number 1s, number 2s, number 3s, and number 4s, I believe, are still in. You lost a 5. Almost lost Michigan. You lost a 6. Had a couple 9s get knocked off by 8s. 8s get knocked off by 9s. You had some 10s beat 7s. But all the major players in this tournament pretty much are still in. Here we go. Duke versus Mount St. Mary Mountaineers. Duke gets knocked off. I'll fucking eat my hat.
Terrific job in his first year as a head coach. He had history with this program, stops along the way at UNC Greensboro and Radford as well. Background at Loyola and VCU. John Shire, this is year number 3, and this feels like the kind of Duke team that they put themselves back into the championship.
Come on, Duke.
They are certainly impressive. Rebounding defense, obviously the talent, and the unselfish play, Grant, that I've watched has been magnificent this year.
And the size. This is a big Duke team right now.
A lot of people in our bracket giveaway took Duke to win it all. If Duke goes down, a lot of people's brackets are done. Mine included. Especially if they go down in the first round. It's fucking over.
Underway, and Duke controls the tip.
St. Mary's. Grant Hill goes.
Not St. Mary's out of
Flag in the lineup.
Nice slip.
flag.
Fouled right away.
It was on the pass, so Duke's going to have it on the side. 18 seconds in.
Yeah, Hobbs got a piece of him. Watching this team, Grant, the unselfish play I noted, particularly Flag. Lets the game come to him. He's never forced things early.
And to be so young to have that kind of feel impressive.
Oh, goaltend. Duke up 2-0.
Credit for it.
But you said it best. It's the three-point shooting. It's the passing and unselfish play that this team has. And in having a gifted guy like a Flag, this makes this team special.
And in the absence of Flag in the UCC tournament, it's Knippel who stepped forward and took the ACC tournament.
Turnover.
Deflected and knocked out of bounds. Who touched the
Duke
glass?
ball.
Not St. Mary's.
was going to mention the defense. Knipple with the hands, almost a run out. Well, you got to value the ball. A lot of pressure on the guards. So you got the freshman and Flag, Knipple, and Malawatch, all impact players. The transfer, Sion James, he's also had a major impact. His competitiveness.
Oh, alley-oop right away. Flag to fucking Mella.
Finish and Flag with the special delivery.
Raph, you talk about the unselfish play right there.
They turn the corner, they find. Automatic switch on the perimeter there.
See if Mount St. Mary's can hang in there.
Flag there defensively. Irvin splits defenders, hop steps.
Oh, look what I found. Banked one in.
Puts the Mountaineers on the board.
And Raph, that's what you have to do against pressure. You have to attack, be
If
aggressive.
Duke loses, I'll eat my fucking hat.
Tyrese Proctor, he's found a role with this team, averaging 12 points per game.
He's a tough three-point shooter.
Another three, Duke.
Goes for Proctor.
Yeah, I got Florida playing Duke in the championship 50.
That dribble handoff with Proctor.
He looks so comfortable this year.
Lipscomb, he left it out there. Proctor steps in front. Proctor to Flag.
Flag and one, good. Looks all right so far.
Start you need.
He's coming out with force defensively, forcing turnovers in that length, getting in the passing lane. Proctor, unselfish, the strength there, Flag, concentration. What's impressed me about this Duke team is the way they defend. They defend like your dad's favorite Duke team from back in the day.
They do.
Dad's favorite.
Who's that? I'm just saying in general. Back
Cooper
in the
Flag,
day, when this team
three-point
gets
play.
after it, Shire has the horses committing to play defense.
They are serious on the defense. You're right.
Foul was called on Lipscomb. It's 10-2. Knocked out of bounds, and Mount St. Mary's will retain it.
Very active on the offensive end as well, Grant. They come on. Knipple's one of those guys busy all the time.
They beat American on Wednesday night in Dayton, 83-72 to advance.
They get separation here.
Irvin, swing. Adebayo going to work.
Good D by Duke.
Three ball, too strong, knocked around, two Knipple.
Flag with the rebound.
Got by Flag.
He's moving pretty well.
Right now.
It looked good when he did a windmill dunk yesterday.
Knipple. One look at the jump shot, and it doesn't go. Lipscomb.
Flag looks pretty healthy to me so far. Good sign. St. Mary's misses another three. Offensive rebound. Restart the offense.
Now, all got good post moves.
That's the spin. It's off by Adebayo, the junior from Fort Myers, Florida. 10-2. Duke leads it. Just about 3 minutes gone by in this first half. Malawatch has probably been even better than they expected.
A brand new for the Olympics, obviously.
Proctor. Got it.
There's no chain, no rattle, no net.
Duke up 11.
13-2. Duke. The number one seed for the 15th time in program history.
All Duke so far. Cooper Flag looks like he's moving well. Thank God.
And got multiple guys defensively who can guard the ball.
He can't shake Proctor, so now Lipscomb will try to set it up for him. Proctor, he got in there defensively, and it's out of bounds with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
And Hobbs the guy, he's the guy for them. He can get going aggressive offensively, and right now, nothing for Hobbs, nothing free as they're staying attached.
No Malik Brown because of a shoulder injury, so Patrick
Malik
Gunn
going
is
to the
the
bench
first
for
big
Duke.
off the bench for Duke. He replaces Malawatch. And now Orlandis Keys is in, junior from Missouri, in the backcourt for Mount St. Mary's. 3 seconds to work with.
Time to get it in with the size on the ball.
Gunn goes 6'11", 250. Toss it in. Adebayo's got to throw it up there.
What a
Does
prayer.
hit the rim, and it's blocked by Gunn. Duke is 5 of 6 from the field. Flag, nice roll.
Nice pass by Flag. They missed the layup.
Selfish play by Flag.
Lipscomb ahead. Early offense. Keys keys, misses on a rainbow J. And Proctor couldn't grab it out of bounds, and Matching Marriage will retain.
And Rav Duke loves that 4-5 screen roll action there. Cooper, Flag, and Gungla. He just could not miss, could not make that layup. But the versatility of Flag and how do you defend that, and his willingness to make the extra pass.
Plus the shooters in the corner. Cooper Flag sits. Mason Gillis, who was in the national championship game last year with Purdue, has
Here comes my guy, Evans.
Isaiah Evans, another freshman, McDonald's All-American from Fayetteville, North Carolina, stood up.
Watch Evans for Duke. He just came into the game. He's like their sixth man. He's got a pretty jump shot. He reminds me of Ray Allen. He could have a big tournament. A guy that might be a lot of people don't know about. Evans, number 3 for Duke. He can shoot the lights out.
Gillis. But they force you to get back and identify as well. Quick hitting. Look at that fade.
On Knipple. In and out, 3.
You got a lock and trail on Knipple.
Switch on keys. It's now Gillis. They've been stuck on 2 points, and that layup goes with Lipscomb using that strength, and I like it.
Only 4 points for Mount St. Mary's. Flag gonna get a break for Duke too. Flag looks mobile so far. Doesn't look like he's playing hurt. Duke, nice pass down low, gonna get fouled.
Free throws coming up for Mason Gillis.
It's been all Duke early, the unselfish play. Duke coming out.
13-4 Duke, TV timeout. Let's check out Memphis versus Colorado State. Iowa State's up by 24, 3 minutes to go. Colorado State hanging around.
In transition. For the easy deuce as he finishes. Dr. Johnson, who has 8 points.
Bemba just finished his third 3 of the
Oh, missed the second.
in the NCAA tournament.
1 point lead, Memphis. 17 minutes to go in the game.
Rogers really favoring that ankle.
Haggerty gives it up to Danger and draws the contact. It'll go against Bemba. That's his third.
I'm really impressed with the resiliency of Colorado State. Even though Danger's been so very dominant on both ends of the floor, they've done a great job of just hanging around.
Well, the response coming out of halftime, exactly what Nico Memba needed to see. Certainly the opportunistic nature of saying, hey, we can get out and run. We might not want to track meet with Memphis, but we're going to take advantage. They'll turn it over, and we can kind of pick our spots. They've been able to get out in the open floor.
As we're talking about minutes, to put a period on that, 39 minutes I mentioned in the title game. That's a season high for him.
Big free throws for Memphis.
38.5 in the semifinal. In fact, the last 4 games coming into today, 35-plus minutes.
What up, G?
That third foul on Bemba's a big one. You got Joppa out there, and I'm not sure that he can test the physicality of Dane Danger the same way that Bemba can.
Yeah, he's had to take a seat, and maybe it's Clifford.
Terrific move by Clifford to step through off the post.
He can beat you in such a number of ways. 3-level scorer, they can post him, he can drive it, he shoots it from 3. They need to put Clifford to be a player here if they're going to get this win today.
Here's Haggerty driving. Danger serving.
Double's going to come, there it is.
And it's Evans who came over. Went down hard on the arm.
Evans, you got to close that double team and not allow the big fella to split. But here you see Clifford with the step through. Great
Nice
post
move.
move in the finish. They're not going to come W. Take your time. Especially with Rogers dealing with that ankle.
It's all about Jalen understanding, okay, I've got the size mismatch, but I've also got the footwork to get this done. That's an impressive display right there. A little step-through play. And Clifford just taking his time.
Be prepared for history to be written in the
College
2025
basketball,
Stanley
March
Cup
Madness.
playoffs. NHL on TNT playoff coverage begins April 19th on TNT, TBS, and Max.
I think this is a pivotal time for Memphis defensively. And they talked to Danger.
Memphis back up 3.
About getting a kill, as you mentioned. These are 3 stops in a row. especially this Colorado State team's going to seem like they're getting confident offensively.
Yeah, Bembo was a big part of that. He had the first 6 points here of the half for Colorado State. Clifford tries to continue that, leans in, fades it back, can't get it.
Here comes Memphis.
Takes it coast to coast.
Wow, big man handling the rock. Let's go back to the Duke game. This game's going to go to a timeout. Memphis up 3, 15:54 to go. Second half.
My sister Lauren played volleyball in Wisconsin. I'm just going to play a game. Can you tell this?
You might have won right there.
Half-court set here, Dallas Hawks. They tried to pass it. It got kicked, and the recipient was Cordelia, who is a native of Tilburg, Netherlands.
It looks like right now Mount St. Mary's is going small. Took Adebayo out of the game. And Hobbs and Keys, they have to knock down some threes. The problem is it's so hard to get open for the 3 attempts.
Patrick Haig is in for Mount St. Mary's. The spin, the floater, it doesn't go for Keys.
And they run a lot of sets, and imagine it's individual ability that's going to have to show itself, exhibit itself if they're going to get anything.
Kayla Foster in the game for Duke. They find him. Foster will take and make the three.
Goodness.
Foster
Duke
get a lot of time
up
with the
14
start of
already.
the year, but has played well as of late. Knocks down a big 3.
Good game against UNC in the semis. 22nd three.
Flag going to check back in too.
Hobbs one-on-one with Knippel. Tried to shake and bake.
Nice pass.
Nice play by St.
Rolling
Mary's.
to the rim, Cordelia.
Now, this is a team that has nice balance. I like the lift, too. Provide the big-time dive to the rim.
Mount St. Mary's became a Division I program in 88-89. The miss there by Evans.
I think you got to put Gumba in that screen and roll action as much as you can if you're Mount St. Mary's.
It's their 7th NCAA tournament appearance. They've been a 16 seed in all 7.
There on the catch.
Pass.
Lipscomb tried to set it up. Instead, it deflects over to Hobbs. Nice fake from Haig. That's for 2. No good. Hobbs keeping it alive, but it's knocked to the baseline and retrieved by Foster.
Up 12.
18-6, Duke.
John giving everybody a little time out here.
Ball got deflected because Hobbs got to the area. Every dunk, every three, every upset. Fan work is thirsty work. Stay refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
You know, the consistency from your days or era to now with the defense, I mean, they get ready for every team the same way. Prep, respect the opponent. Just extraordinary.
Cooper Flag back in. Sion James joins him. Malcolm Dredd in for Mount St. Mary's. Flag going to work against Lipscomb. The back in. Kick it, Gillis. Good fake. Gets to the rim.
Nice move.
And that's experience right there. An improved 3-point shooter over his time at Purdue, but just a beautiful shot fake. Getting to the rim for that easy, too.
And Flag not forcing it.
Dallas Hobbs right now, the ball handler. He's got Keys
What up, Juice?
with him and Lipscomb. Line it up. It's off from Hobbs.
Another rebound, Duke.
20-6, Duke. Flag with a pep in his step.
Flag looks good. He looks like he's moving all right. That's big for Duke.
James.
Oh, big slam, Connor. Cooper Flag. Yeah, he's okay. God damn.
6 assists on 8 field goals. Keys, open jumper. It goes down.
St. Mary's getting some open looks, starting to go down.
Deep range, quick trigger. He can get some open looks. You got to knock him down.
That's his 42nd three, Grant, to your point.
Aggressive move by James, but he misses on the floater. Dredd ended up on his backside. He's back on his feet. Another look for Keys. In and out. Rebound to Foster.
Nice balance by the Mount. It's going to force them to delay just a little bit.
They are 1 of 7 on 3-point tries. Flag is asking for it. Shot
Clock is down to 15.
Offensive foul.
Underneath.
Oh, that's a block. Wow.
Foul taken by Dredd.
And one.
So a chance of a three-point play. 10 minutes a game. Cooper Flag, looking for highlights.
What a dunk. Pop. Cooper Flag looking healthy as a motherfucker. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. My bracket depends on Cooper Flag being healthy. Let's go to Memphis, Colorado. Memphis up 3 after hitting 2 free throws. 15 minutes to go. Colorado State with the ball.
Here's Evans using that screen.
Oh,
Touches every part of the
toilet
rim and
bowl of
jumps.
3 in.
Memphis is going to
High
switch
game.
that. Danger's got to switch to take the 3 away. Kyan Evans can really shoot that thing 43% from 3 on the year.
Not only that, he ties a career high with 4 3-point makes here today. 6 lead changes, 3 ties. Largest lead has been 7 for Memphis, 6 for Colorado State. Rogers gets the touch, penetrates, pulls up short. Sealing late with that important defensive rebound.
CSU with the momentum.
Tied at 48. Evans takes some contact. Corner shot. Clifford checks his feet. Not there.
He's been on fire, too. What a look. Kyan Evans is making plays out here for himself and
High
for
game.
others.
Memphis with the ball.
And from Isaiah Stevens, one of the best guards in Colorado State history. He'll stay here, Memphis basketball.
Wow, that was off the hands of Cisse.
Juice Man, you still in here? I got to make the announcement no matter what. Tomorrow, we will cover the UFC, at least the last couple fights. I'll do a little bit of both because there's March Madness tomorrow, too. Tomorrow's UFC card is taking place overseas. So it won't be at night. It will be during the day. Keep your eyes peeled. UFC, I believe, is fighting in England tomorrow. So make sure you know what's going on with your time schedule, or you will miss all the UFC action tomorrow.
Taking him away from the basket.
Clifford. So good at spinning out of trouble.
Wow,
Creating some
Colorado
space for
State
himself.
up 2.
It's his shot, too. He loves that turnaround jumper. It's the jump stop. You have the size to create the space, and that's a great play right there by Nick
Memphis
Clifford.
Colorado State's first lead since it was 4:42
down
left
by
in the first
2.
half.
And they turned it over.
Here comes Clifford. Rams looking for more off the transition.
Oh, down 4. Uh-oh.
And a timeout call. You knew that was coming. A 7-1 here for Colorado State.
You want to win games like this in the NCAA tournament. The alphas have got to be the alphas. Nick Clifford, that's a terrific play. It's the shot he wants to go to. Little defense creating offense. Clifford dropped.
Wow, Colorado State up 4 on Memphis, 13:20 to go. Still a lot of time to play. Let's check out Duke again. Duke's rolling so far. Timeout by Memphis.
Is coming off the ACC tournament, and he went up for a rebound, came down awkwardly. Later saw the pictures of him in a wheelchair, so that then took the story to the next level. But here we are, first round of the NCAA tournament. He's in there, he's playing hard, he's moving well, and he's making things happen.
And when you're young, you heal quickly.
Well, what are you saying about your current status and Bill's status? What are you looking at me for? 24-9, Duke with the lead. Clear it for Lipscomb. His graduate year, Washington, D.C. native. Up for 7 from 3. They've had some clean looks to John's point. Cordelia will send by Flag. James, skip it, extra, Foster. Can't hit the 3. Rebounded by Lipscomb. Vocal leader of this team. Amayo swinging. And the jumper is pure for Keys. About that piece of the lane and the kick.
Keys can knock down threes.
35% on the season. This He's got 6 points. Flag the catch.
Cooper Flag looks good. Tough play.
In the lane. Great adjustment. ACC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, all defensive team in the ACC, first team All-America. Cordelia gives up his dribble. We're going to hit the midway point of his first half. Shot clock is down to 7.
Oh, Duke, another turnover. Here they come. Flag, another layup.
They were looking for the splash. And a timeout called with 9:50 remaining in the first half. He is 4 of 4 from the field, 9 points to lead all scorers. The number 1 seed in the East, Duke, is rolling.
Okay, ladies, eyes on the tape.
Happy little tree that lives.
Who recorded over my game footage?
He's a little tree. He's got.
I just love his voice. Great, it's lost for.
Cooper Flag looks really good. Looks like he's not injured. He's had a couple big dunks. He's running the floor. I think he's got about 8 points so far. Looking good if you're Duke. Iowa State just beat Lipscomb. Baylor knocked off Mississippi State earlier. Alabama won a close game against who the fuck was it? Against the number 15 seed. They played very tough, but they didn't have enough to overcome Alabama. Let's go back to Memphis, Colorado with 12:58 to go. Colorado State with the ball. Memphis starting to choke.
Put it out in a 2-3 defensively. And then it's almost like they morphed into
and that's what they can certainly do that. You go to that 2-3 zone look, especially coming out of the timeout. We saw it at the end of the first half. Then you match up. You can just kind of get Memphis out of sorts when you know that they've gone to a set play out of the timeout.
Yeah, you're right. They've done it now a couple times out of timeouts here today. Evans with that crossover. 4 3-pointers. Gives it up to Bourne, who is a 3-point shooter, but drives it instead and draws the foul against Okete.
Great opportunity for Anwell right there. Great drive.
But Ethan Moore, we've seen this a couple times here in this game where guys around the rim have just cleared out their defenders and cleared the way for the dribble drive. Take a look at Morton right here. Bowen Bourne getting downhill. You're just destroying the help defense. No opportunity to help.
Kote getting his second start. We have talked about Tyrese Hunter, the starting point guard from Memphis, not in the game in the walking boot on the sideline. There's Bourne at the free throw line. Lefty stroke. There's a look at Hunter. Not only Tyrese Hunter, we won't see Dante Harris at all. Both of those guys average double-digit minutes. You know, Hunter has started every game. He's their lead point guard, but he's a 40% three-point shooter as well for this team.
You got to give both Ethan Morton and Bowen Bourne a lot of credit. You're transferring to a program, you definitely do that wanting to start, but they've been willing to come off the bench and impact games as the 6th and 7th man on this team.
That's part of the success here for Colorado State here this year. It's certainly part of their 10-game win streak coming into today. Off the 1 foot, Haggerty's not there. Deja puts it back with authority. His 9th double-double of the season in his 3rd straight.
Powerful offensive rebound and finish.
When you're struggling to score, that's where Memphis has the great equalizer. Deja and Cisse getting on the offensive glass.
Now it's Clifford against Deja.
Oh, look what I found.
It'll stay here.
Colorado State doing a great job of getting Deja in the high pick and roll out.
St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt just started. Vanderbilt up 2-0.
Like this matchup here, Jordan and Clifford.
So Jordan gave him a free shot. He's got 4 personals now, Jordan does. And Clifford back to the free throw line.
That's a big deal. Penny Hardaway talked to us about how Jordan was going to be the guy that was guarding Nick Clifford, and he's been the guy that's had that type of matchup all season long.
Clifford did something there you normally don't see right-handed players able to do. That's use a right foot pivot.
Let's check in with Andy Katz.
Well, Lisa, you mentioned earlier about Isaiah Stevens, and I was talking to Nico about the development with this program. When you look at where Clifford has come from, Isaiah Stevens, David Roddy, even John Tonje, who could have been Big Ten Player of the Year, he started at Colorado State, then Missouri. They've done a great job of developing players.
6-point lead, Colorado State. Duke up by 18 right now. We're going to stay with this game. We'll keep an eye on Duke, though, because I want to see how Cooper Flagg does as this game goes on. See how he's moving.
Battle to Colorado, and he said when he went into the portal, he was a priority for us because we always had a vision that he could be that pro-level player. Danger calling for it there on the post.
Jorgensen really fighting him.
Yeah, he is. Carter
Yeah,
well
ball.
off the mark. 2 seconds. The shot never hit the rim. So 2 seconds on the shot clock. And we will call a timeout. Nico Medved, what does it take to advance? Maybe one of your stars.
Memphis down 6, 11:34 to go. Vanderbilt just started. They're up 4-3 on St. Mary's. Let's check out Duke. 33-16, Duke leads.
They were picked 11th in the MAC preseason poll, and here they are in the first round of the NCAA tournament against the number 1 seed in the East, Duke.
St. Louis slip. How about
Oh, nice alley-oop from Kukla. Flag from Malawak.
Just not the size to prevent. He is 7'2", 250 with a 7'5" wingspan from South Sudan.
automatic switching? Or they communicate on this end.
Irvin bounces, gets it back, shot clock down to 6.
Even that read there would let the big take over.
Irvin Shepherd.
Wow, great D by Flag.
Defensive flag who got a little piece. Evans, short. Nice step in there by Keys. Keys is going to attack it. Now they settle in with Lipscomb. Whoops. Putting it up. For a moment, looked like Malawak committed. Attacking by Adebayo. Floater
Oh.
goes off the window.
St. Mary's got lucky on that one.
They are a confident group, no question about it. They are struggling against an incredible basketball team right now, playing at their best.
They had to plug a nosebleed for Knippel.
Proctor, another 3.
Proctor is having a 3-point party.
Eddie Raff when Proctor's knocking down shots. They're impossible.
Impossible. Shoots it at 38% from long range.
Duke up 20.
Native of Australia is a veteran on this team, a junior.
Hey, Grant, would you figure Flag would be more of a point forward with this team as the year? Well, they kind of run a lot of things through him. That's right.
Adebayo,
Look at his defense.
ball fake, Lipscomb, shot clock winding down. Excuse me, it nearly went, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Duke in control. Cooper Flagg looking good in this first half. Let's check out Vanderbilt, St. Mary's, 7-7. Oh, they're going to go to a timeout. Forget that. That's a 7 versus 10. St. Mary's is the 7 seed. Vanderbilt the 10. Should have another game starting soon as well. Memphis struggling with number 12, Colorado State. Big time. Colorado State up 6. They trailed at the half.
James Breeding, 16 NCAA tournaments, 3 Final Fours. So 11:34 left to play in the game clock. 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, I'd like to see P.J. Haggerty start hunting opportunities. I think Danger can certainly make plays. I don't think you want him shooting that type of shot. But Haggerty, that's the AAC Player of the Year. It's a guy that's had 20 or more 23 times. They've got to find a way to get him involved.
Agreed. Memphis, he shot 50% in the first half. So far, only shooting 30 in this one.
He has 3 of 13. His season low 8 points against Tulane, January 30th. Warren takes the shot. trouble for him.
Clifford is out here making things happen.
Clifford with the miss. Jorgensen with the tip to himself.
Nice
and
scale,
Danger
Memphis.
just rips it away.
Give it up, big fella. Give it up, big fella.
Danger spinning into traffic, and it's a tie-up between Clifford and Danger.
He needed to listen to you. The crowd was converging and converging quickly. Just ripping this away from Kyle Jorgensen, and he is very capable of leading the break, but you also have to have an awareness. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Good
Colorado
D.
State defenders
Colorado
right there.
State.
Gotta give it up and expect you can get it back.
And his strength, he's still almost kind of locomotive hit way into close to the basket.
I really wish Memphis would get Danger on that left block. Give an opportunity to make a play for himself or a teammate.
I like this. Haggerty clear out right there. Just bring him back to the elbow and let him go. They have got to have him as a factor scoring if you're going to win this over the last 10:38.
He's 9 points now, 4-14 from the field. 14 shots, just about at his average for the season, what he puts up per game.
Great pin down action.
Oh, another three, no good.
The State's got to like the looks from three. They're getting open shots and just not making it.
Haggerty again. Danger.
Memphis going to shoot free throws.
Clifford, who picks up the foul, his second.
A great drive by Haggerty. Forced the defense to collapse. Danger did a great job of cleaning.
Memphis going to shoot free throws down 4, 10-13 to go. Colorado State's going to be having some guys in foul trouble very soon. Colorado State, you know what it is? Colorado State has hit a lot of threes, if I'm not mistaken. I know they hit a couple in the first half. Memphis just not playing smart basketball. That's the problem. Turning the ball over. Not getting back on defense.
Saw his other numbers.
Missed them both. Missing free throws. Memphis has missed 5 free throws already.
Colorado State and operate at that three-point line. Can't get pushed out like this.
If you're Rams, that's exactly what you got to do. You're Danger. High pick and roll actions, but they're switching.
Not rebounding. Just gave out an
Clifford
offensive
chases it down,
rebound.
gets it out to Evans.
Colorado
And
State
a
hits another 3.
5 3-point makes.
Great offensive rebound, but again, that's a residue of switching the pick and roll with Danger because he now goes
7-point
towards the
lead.
rebound. The guy who was in the guard knocks down the three.
Another turnover. Like I said.
Handle that pass.
Some of Memphis's flaws on the season are starting to really hurt them. They're not great on the defensive glass, and they do turn the basketball over.
Crocker Johnson stumbling, fumbling his way in to draw that foul.
Yeah, Memphis in more than a little trouble. They just giving up wide open 3 after 3. Not rebounding, not playing defense, not getting back. Everything I just said, turning the ball over.
Flip the narrative.
Crocker Johnson makes good on the first. Boy, when you think of Clifford with just 11 points, you think how big their point guard, Kylan Evans, has been. Running this offense, initiating the offense, taking his shots, leading scorer with 18 points.
He learned from the best in Isaiah Stevens. And that's maybe the best player.
No, he hasn't done anything, Noah.
You could make that argument. A guy that was a floor general for them over the course of his career. I love what Nico.
9-point lead, Colorado State. Memphis with the ball, 9:20 to go. We're going to check out a couple of the other games in a minute.
He's shown up here today and he showed out.
He's only a sophomore. Haggerty pulls from
There you go, Haggerty with a nice
big
shot.
players trying to rise up. He's got 11 now.
They got to get Haggerty going.
Memphis getting Haggerty and Danger in the action up top.
Very capable off-the-bounce two-point shooter. 40% on the season in those types of shots.
Post
A
pass,
turnover.
Memphis tosses it away.
Got to dribble it to the baseline. Bounce pass if you want to enter it into the post.
Penny Hardaway was
frustrated.
pissed.
Memphis' 13th turnover.
Penny Hardaway looks like he's going to fucking lose it in a minute. 13 turnovers for Memphis. There's your ball game.
Memphis is in that. It looks like they've matched up now. Started at 2-3, now it's man-to-man.
Another three.
It's a career-high day.
Wow.
6 3-point makes, 21 points in the game.
Colorado State
In the sunshine.
doing their thing.
The second half has been all Cayenne Evans. It's been from 3. He's made 6 of them. Colorado State, they push that lead to 10.
It's only a 10-point lead. It ain't over yet. But it's not looking good. Cooper Flagg looks good, though. Looks like he's healthy. Duke up by 20 plus. That's big for me. If Cooper Flagg ain't healthy, you can throw my fucking bracket in the trash. Let's check out Vanderbilt quick. Against St. Mary's. Vanderbilt up by 2. St. Mary's with the ball. 12:42 to play in the first.
Game against Gonzaga. When they run out of the gym, all their shooting struggles. There's a corner 3, Morawski's, and that's too much. Magnon looking to push, gets him into their set. And now they're going to reset with Carey. He's going to fire.
He's going to fire, and he's going to try to follow it up. He couldn't get there, though. He knew that was wide left.
From St. Mary's, down by 2.
Here's Marshall Lonis.
Nice play right to the hoop.
His reads are
High
so
game.
good. From a point guard, if you're learning, young kid trying to play point guard, he's a terrific guy to watch. Randy Bennett just speaks so highly of him.
Here's Magnon down to the box, resets. Nickel, now to Hogard. Shot clock at 9.
Good fit.
Nickel.
Oh, in and out for Vanderbilt.
Shots that have just done the same exact thing. Both in and out. You can tell he's got a good rhythm on the jumper today.
14th all-time appearance in the dance for St. Mary's. Morawski's bought everything but the finish. Lightning quick spin. Vanderbilt working quickly. Nickel.
Nice shot that he's taking his stuff out.
Carey, one of the best offensive rebounders this season in the SEC, but he threw it away. Marshall Lonis, another travel. It's the second time he's dribbled himself into trouble. Early stages, all tied at 11. The 2-time reigning player of the year in the West Coast Conference, Marshall Lonis, with that game-time layup on True TV.
Life doesn't come with an owner's manual. Freedom is getting to write your own. So get 10% off a Jeep Wrangler or get into a Jeep Grand Cherokee where freedom is on-road or off, where it's a front row seat to the city or a second row seat, maybe even a third. Life doesn't come with an owner's manual, so get out there and write your...
Do not click on that spam bot in the chat. You will not be able to watch any game there. I've gone to that website trying to see if they were lying or not. Do not go to that whatever, watch NCAA shit. It's a scam. Let's check out Colorado State, Memphis. 64-56, Colorado State leads with the ball.
Look at the high pressure D. Clifford.
Memphis needs to stop.
Good danger in the high pick and roll action.
Brings against Haggerty and draws the bump. That's his second. Let's check in with Andy.
Well, first off, when he was talking about those 6 threes, Colorado State just telling me that is a tournament record.
Dude for Colorado that just was handling the ball. Got away with a wicked fucking carry. That's why he got fouled. They almost got knocked off last night, Ted. Very close. They're still in today, though. Colorado State misses the free throw. Here comes Memphis. Back the other way.
Here to shoot. Rogers. Haggerty again. Cisse
Should have been a foul call there, too.
Great find by Haggerty right there. Colorado State's bigs, I believe it was
6-point game. Memphis fighting back.
Getting a little bit overextended off that dribble drive. Haggerty saw it and found Cisse at the rim.
Lay quick pass. Down inside.
Nice play, Colorado State.
With a little flex.
Nice layup.
Dr. Johnson.
It's not like these Memphis bigs aren't big and strong.
Right.
Cracker Johnson's got 12 points. Heads up play by Danger. They keep the possession. Shot clock resets at 20.
Crocker Johnson, just a big body four-man. Dane Danger, he can bring it there with the physicality, but Crocker Johnson winning that battle inside.
Rogers fades it back. This has got to start making a move.
And also Memphis might want to consider extending their defense.
Yeah, turning up that pressure.
We saw them do that in the first half. Evans already a career-high 21 points, 6 3-point makes. Clifford directing traffic. Bembo
nice move, Colorado
left
State.
side. Look at that up fake. Can't get the
Wow. Had him in the air. That's almost always an automatic foul.
Well, for Clifford, an automatic finish. Haggerty with the miss. Big shot on the transition.
You can tell Haggerty's starting to press.
Memphis in trouble.
They're doing a good job of being patient. Move the ball side to side. Heat check.
It's a kick out.
Gave up another rebound.
To himself.
Well, he's been on the floor in the second half. He's been impactful to start this half and then certainly went to the bench with his foul trouble, but now getting on the offensive boards.
Playing with 3 personals. Colorado State hoping that he can finish this game. Evans in
Another offensive rebound, Colorado
another
State.
offensive rebound.
Got stolen, though.
He just took it from him.
Bro, stop spamming your bullshit fake channel on my channel. I don't appreciate it. I'm going to keep reporting and blocking you. Do not go to that channel, guys. It's a load of shit. I've gone and clicked on that link watching other people talk about sports. It's a load of shit. Do not click on that link. I'm going to block them. Stop spamming my channel, you fucking asshole. Probably some asshole over in India. Stop spamming my channel, you fucking jerk.
Discombobulates the Memphis offense. Great help down by Crocker Johnson. Possession for the Rams.
Just a very connected defensive possession. Nick Clifford blows up the dribble handoff. Crocker Johnson's coming down to help. It's clinical right there and what you want to see from your half-court defense.
Danger in a high pick and roll. Defensively.
Danger still with no personal fouls in this game. Lake with a mid-range in and out.
Takes him away from the basket, gives you opportunity for offensive rebounds.
Haggerty draws the blocking foul against Clifford. His third.
These will only be free throws 3 and 4 for PJ Haggerty, and that's a place where he has lived on the season.
I mentioned 8 attempts this year, 6.5 makes. Last year, even attempted 10 free throw attempts when he was at Tulsa.
Haggerty only 13 points today. Probably Memphis' best player. Hits the first free throw. Memphis better wake up quick. 4:47 to go. Down by 7. Make it 6. Haggerty knocks them both down.
Makes 224 made free throws.
See, Jalen, if Memphis decides to turn up the pressure here, 4:45 to go, you're only down 6, but you've got Cisse at the head of this press.
So far, Colorado State handling.
A little 1-3-1 zone here.
Lake driving baseline.
Oh, too easy.
Rams doing a great job of taking
You want to beat the 1-3-1, you go baseline. Common sense.
Haggerty always looking at numbers here today. Another turnover forced.
Another
15
turnover.
in the game.
Memphis doesn't deserve to win this game. They got 14 turnovers. They've given up a ton of offensive rebounds. They've missed at least 5 or 6 free throws. They've given up a ton of open looks. They're lucky they're not down 20.
Here's Haggerty back the other way. From part of the rim, Cisse with the putback.
Cisse doing a great job of running the floor. There were a couple of times he had opportunities to lock.
3:54 to go. Colorado State up 8. TV timeout. Duke 52. Mount St. Mary's 26 first half. Cooper Flagg looking healthy. Had a few big dunks. Running the floor well. Let's check out St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. 16-13 Vanderbilt. Oh, they're going to go to a timeout too. Son of a bitch. Let's check out Duke then. It's the only game on TV without a timeout.
Jumper proven. It's short. Rebound, Cordelia. He tried to pirouette, and he just handed it over to Duke, but a foul was called. That's called harassment, by the way. They were kicking and stretching.
They were all over him. 3 guys on him on that rebound. Great pursuit.
Go. They're going to give it to Sion James. 45.5 on the clock. Mount St. Mary's went 10-2 in their last 12 games. And a crank from Cordelia.
Wow.
Heavy play. I don't think John's too upset. Yes, he is about not being prepared on that particular inbound. Pretty young. Big fella, looming large. Send it in. A little style in Raleigh. One mistake for Duke.
So Duke's cruising. Looks like Memphis might go down if they don't wake up quickly. Vanderbilt up by 3. Should have another game starting in a minute. Celtics under new ownership. Bummer. We got North Carolina, Ole Miss coming up. Maryland. I don't know who the name of the team they're playing. Florida's playing at 6:50. Kentucky at 7:10. Marquette versus New Mexico at 7:25. Arizona against Akron, 7:35. Connecticut versus Oklahoma, 9:25. Xavier, Illinois, 9:45. Michigan State versus the Bryant Bulldogs at 10. And Oregon against Liberty at 10:10 tonight. If Bryant beats Michigan State, I am fucked. You can rip my bracket up and throw it in the fucking garbage if that happens. If Duke Neck gets knocked off, you can rip my bracket up. Houston, you can rip my bracket up. Florida, you can rip my bracket up. I need all those teams to make it to the Final Four to probably win in the brackets I'm involved in. Colorado State up 8. Memphis misses their first free throw. 3:54 to go. Let's check it out. Hit the second.
Colorado State awfully tough. 23-1 when they've got the lead with under 5 minutes to play.
3-1 by the Tigers.
I like the high ball screen there, just to get that thing across.
Colorado State, I was just about to say, James Breeding. Pressure, look out, James Breeding. He's not even wearing, white or green. He's got to shake it off.
Oh, man.
Got that red nose.
Ooh, almost turned over. It is.
Great spacing.
Memphis with a steal.
It looked like Bemba and Lake didn't
Memphis
know that
needs
pass was
hoops.
for.
turnovers.
Go to the hoop.
Posting up edge and a good action way to get him on the roll.
And he misses that attempt.
Not like that.
Totally. Here's Gas. Still doing a great job hustling.
Ryan Evans, man. Ali Faroukmanich, he's an assistant for this Colorado State team. He would have let that fly back in the day.
Clifford with the kick out. Lake with a three-point try from the corner.
Big
That's a
three.
killer for the Rams.
That's probably all she wrote. Memphis needs boots. They're down 10. Upset City.
Lead back up to 10. Matches the largest lead.
Haggerty misses a three.
Possession. He's over his last 14, Jalen, from three.
Colorado State.
Evans
Three.
fires.
No good.
He's had the hot hand.
Another offensive rebound, Colorado State.
Offensive rebounds this half for Colorado State. Clifford gets hacked.
He's going to have bad intention.
10-point lead, Colorado State. 2:30 to go. Memphis up against the ropes. Memphis doesn't deserve to win that game. They played like shit. Let's check out Vanderbilt versus St. Mary's. They got a 7-point lead. 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Is picking up 2 each, and here comes Ross into the game for Marshall Lewis. I think that's a good substitution. Saxon still has to be very careful. The other part of this too, Spiro, is I would say I'd be thinking backdoor cut somewhere right now. With the way this Vanderbilt team is, they're energetic, they're pumped up, they'll probably be leaning towards half court. Just be patient with it. It'll come.
Ashton Hardaway is checked in now for Randy Bennett for the first time. Saxon has the fire.
Oh, big three, St. Mary's.
Just a little under a second, it looked like on the shot clock. Great recognition there for a bucket that they really needed early on in this game here. Coming up on the 5-minute mark.
Saxon doesn't take many threes. As Vanderbilt comes up empty. 5-point game. Ross into the corner. Lewis.
Oh, in and out.
Boy, Carey unable to squeeze it. McLaughlin.
They know this team, St. Mary's, can rebound, especially at the offensive end. They go with their bigs, but Vanderbilt has 3 team guys back there at all times.
Nice shot by Vanderbilt.
Sensational. 9 points for the All-SEC third-teamer.
Vanderbilt with this little pace that they're playing. Only 1 turnover to St. Mary's 5 right now. St. Mary's turns it over 10 times a game, so they're having a little trouble in this first half with their turnovers.
Inside of the 5-minute mark left before halftime, this is Ross. And he takes a shove. It'll be the 4th against Vanderbilt with 4:38 left. 32 World Clash with their fate in the spin of a wheel. Watch an all-new Tournament of Champions Sunday night, 8 Eastern on Food Network. Foul charge to Tanner, Jimmer's second. Wessel's back in. Lewis. Nice hands in the defense. Magnon.
Great pass, too.
Head of the field. Edwards. Just a blur.
What was wrong with that play for Vanderbilt? Not a thing. Wow, that was some great activity at the defensive end. Then
Well
they
done.
kick to the middle of the floor and a better pass going up. Just looking to play with some pace. Start with the defense, get it to the middle, and just keep going. Great looking finish right there.
Vanderbilt up 8, timeout, 4:20 to go in the first half. Colorado State up by 9, 2:20 to go. Duke up by over 20 at the half. Ole Miss, North Carolina just getting started. That should be a really good game. Let's check out Memphis, see if they can pull off a comeback.
Here comes that pressure.
Shot by Lake and circling back and making himself available off that run and jump.
To Clifford. Time is not on Memphis' side, and Colorado State in no rush to take a shot.
They don't let us pick the roll. They decide to switch it again. It means both plays.
He just switches on Cliff. Memphis is 4 of 17 from 3. And he's 0 for 5 in this game, and he's what, 0 for 14, you said, Robbie, in the last few attempts?
Last 14.
All 4 3-point makes have been from Rogers. Colby Rogers here tonight. 15 points for Haggerty. Got the ball, gets it right back. Haggerty, Ofer, and now Ofer his last 15.
Nick Clifford blew that play up. They were trying to get Rogers coming off the screen, and he just didn't let it happen.
To the middle.
Inside 90 seconds left to play. Clifford gets it up.
Smart play.
Memphis going to go down.
Yeah, chewing some clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
I mean, you run this down all the way to 10. If you were going to foul, it should have been immediately.
And it's 3 personals on Rogers. Now the Colorado State faithful who have made the trip can feel it.
Evans has been awesome this game. 7 for 11 from the floor. 6 made threes. 4 assists. 0 turnovers.
What a season he's had. Just maturing. And
they missed the free throw. Come on, Memphis. Got to go.
Biggest stage. Playing one of his best
9-point
games of his
lead.
career.
Yeah, now the starting point guard. Now his team. Haggerty, another 3-pointer. And now Memphis definitely in desperation mode. Here's Lake. We'll pull it out.
PJ Haggerty has just been out of sorts for the majority of this game.
Yeah, Haggerty didn't make a 3 all game. Haggerty's missed his last 16 threes. He played terrible. They didn't play well as a team. They played horrible. Terrible. Terrible game from Memphis. They got out-rebounded. Second half, they gave up way too many offensive rebounds, way too many turnovers. They did not play good defense. They gave up a lot of open threes. You're not going to win ball games in March playing like that, especially the turnovers. The turnovers were just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And even though I had Memphis losing in the next round, I lost this game, but I'm glad Colorado State won. Memphis they don't deserve to go forward in this tournament the way they played. I don't know how they were a 16 team in the country. Because they didn't look like one today. At all. I think the committee did a bad job with seeding this year. From what I've seen so far. I think the committee did not get certain teams right. Georgia should have never been a 9 seed. Memphis, I don't think should have been a 5 seed. There's a bunch of teams I don't think they got right. Yeah, I didn't have that feeling. I thought Memphis was okay, but I didn't think they were going to go anywhere. I thought they'd get by Colorado State, though. Shit. Oh, they finally knocked down a 3, but there's just not enough time left. I think the referees have been pretty bad in this tournament so far, too. I got to keep it real. Memphis is all done. 30 seconds to go. They're all done. They're cooked. So we got North Carolina just started. We got Vanderbilt up. We got Duke up big at the half. We got Memphis pretty much done, cooked. Down by 11 with 30 seconds to go. That shit's a wrap. Ole Miss up by 9 on North Carolina. 16:45 to go in the first. Vanderbilt up 24-16 on St. Mary's. 3:45 to go in the first half.
Barrett gives into the corner. Ross is going to shoot the three. That's no good. So we mentioned St. Mary's, their struggles in the championship game and their loss to Gonzaga. They were 0 of 16, Jim, from 3 in that game.
Let's check out Vandy St. Mary's. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Line in the last 2 games.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's part of clearly their offense, and the only downside to it is if you're not hitting in the slow down pace that they play, you're going to have a tough grind out game trying to win it.
Vanderbilt Commodores, 20 wins in year 1 under Mark Byington and his staff. Nickel.
Oh, tough three, Vandy. Big white boy knocking one down.
He's going to keep coming. An 11-point
Wow.
game.
Not only did
He
he
got
have
a
the
throat.
pressure of a defender coming at him on his right side, but also the pressure of getting that off with about 3.5
think it was
seconds
Nickel.
on the clock. St. Mary's just has to figure out a way to get a bucket here.
Vandy looks pretty good so far.
All SEC players in conference play and three-point accuracy.
Oh, and one St. Mary's.
Shot.
Nice play.
Jordan Ross with a chance at what is a potentially huge three-point play for the Gales.
Trying to figure it all out as he comes through the middle of the lane. It was just going to say, they need the shots to go. They're not hitting anything from the outside. Always a great sign to change up a little bit your strategies. I would expect them to do a little bit more of that, going towards the basket, and then go with the kick-out three if they can. Space the floor, get some lanes.
Jordan Ross, sophomore out of Pleasant Grove, Utah. He was the highest ever rated high school recruit in the history of St. Mary's program last year. Leaves a point at the free throw line.
Ole Miss was good this year.
Salonis back on the floor also. 2 fouls.
Here comes Hogard.
This is why you want him on the floor at the offense. I mean, he's a great defensive player. Don't get me wrong, Marcelo's both ends of the floor, but this is where you want him to make sure they get good shots in their half-court sets. So a skip pass here if they can get it. Somebody's got to
Good D by Vandy.
Excellent defense. Going to have to burn a timeout. Wow.
Ole Miss was very good this year. They were very competitive in the SEC. I don't think North Carolina should be even in this tournament. I mean, they played great in their play-in game. North Carolina was like the last team in, and I didn't think they really deserved it. But they're hanging around. It's 14-10, Ole Miss over Carolina right now. Carolina's always going to get calls. A lot of people watch Carolina. They have a lot of fans. There's always some fuckery with North Carolina. Duke gets the same treatment. Any of those big #1 schools that people love. Kansas, you could put up there. Kentucky. You know they're going to get a couple calls every fucking game. They're like, it's the same thing in the NFL with the Chiefs. You know they're going to get a couple. Vanderbilt up by 9. Minute 55 to go. First half. St. Mary's with the ball.
They have to figure something out.
Marcelonis has to heave it with a shot.
Missed the three.
They had that ball after that timeout with 14 seconds left, and that's what they get.
Edwards, boy, he's got everything in his bag, doesn't he?
Well, the quickness is really starting to bother them, I think.
I thought West Virginia should have got in.
All the angles to the basket, and the beauty of it is he's fouls in the backcourt right there.
They had one more to give, so an underneath out of bounds for the Gales. A reminder to keep it here. AT&T at the half comes your way next. All the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. All to come on AT&T at the half.
I like this full court action, just enough. Keep your feet in front of him and not let him get his rhythm on the offensive end. So Vanderbilt is doing a very good job of that, just getting in the way. Here's another example of the hedge. They get in the way.
You look up, there's 10 seconds on the clock. Here comes
moving screen. Holy shit.
with his body control, Jim, his angles. Now
And the shots he ends up getting are the shots that he wants.
St. Mary's down by 9 against Vanderbilt. Minute to go in the first half. Duke going to stop their second half in a minute. Memphis knocked off by Colorado State. Brackets getting more and more fucked up. Memphis just cost me a loss too. I have Auburn going down to Michigan, I think, in my bracket. I think Michigan's really good. I don't like Michigan. I hate the team they have. I hate the team they have. I do not like Michigan at all. They play dirty. They have a team that I think they have a cunty attitude. I don't like Michigan, but I know they're good. They got 2 7-footers that get a lot of calls. Wolf's a pretty good player for them. Most of Michigan's team didn't even play for Michigan last year. Their whole team is full of portal players. They have a good team. As much as I hate them, I think they can beat Auburn. But their God's going to show up. If their gods don't show up, Auburn will knock the shit out of them. But I think Auburn could run into some trouble with Michigan. Creighton could give Auburn trouble. You never know. Auburn was in a tough game for about 30 minutes yesterday. They really were. Let's go to Ole Miss, Carolina. Ole Miss up 6 with the ball.
Morrell was Ole Miss's leading scorer for 3 straight years, and then has taken a step back as they've added more players.
Arms over Trimble.
That's right.
Inside. It's collected by Powell, a freshman. Outside Davis, and back to Powell. Still set up on a 20-footer. I'm just not sure that the 2 dribbles and shoot the ball is exactly what North Carolina's looking for.
I think Michigan plays borderline dirty, and I think that their big men are crybabies. I think Golden plays dirty. I think Wolf is a crybaby, the other 7-footer. I was so glad Michigan State knocked them off. I haven't liked the Michigan team since they had fucking Chris Webber. I have not liked a single Michigan team since the Fab Five.
Just rolls right over Trimble. Foul called. Goes on Brinkfield, number 1 on him.
And it was that elbow, the arm that came around. And here's what you're talking about, Stan, with Dia. I mean,
I don't like him.
This is Washington right out of the...
I don't like their coach either. Don't like Michigan at all.
Got to know that he's right-handed, but he would much rather get to his left.
Ever since they got rid of Fisher and they tried to shit on the Fab Five, I don't fuck with Michigan in any sport. The Fab Five got fucked over so bad that they made so much money off those guys. They're still making money off the Fab Five.
So far in the tournament, we know that one of the big upsets, McNeese, with their first win in school history in this tournament. Memphis losing to Mountain West Conference, Colorado State, and the Big Ten. Wow, 4-0, guys, to start this tournament.
That's a good start, but going back to Dan's point,
Nope,
we've seen
none of them.
Dia switched on to perimeter players 3 times. R.J. Davis settled for the 3-point jumper. Powell settled for the mid-range jumper. Jackson took him right to the basket and made him defend.
And that's what you have to do. And Dia, though, it's hard to take him to the basket. He moves his feet really well for a big guy.
He does. I've been a fan of Diaz since he was at Vanderbilt, and then obviously played great at Belmont last year.
Dia takes it in.
Nice move. Ole Miss starting to bully North Carolina with some of their size. 20-11, Ole Miss up. 12 minutes to go, first half.
And take away guys' comfort zone.
Davis will slice and dive and foul as he flew. With a little more than 8 minutes gone in the first half, this is the big man right here, Malik Diaz. Great footwork, and he finds the deuce.
Yeah, I just don't like Michigan since they fucked over the Fab Five. They don't recognize the Fab Five for a lot of shit they should. They're fucking crap. I don't like Michigan. Fuck Michigan. I'm a Big East guy for the most part anyway. Let's check out Duke. Cooper Flag back in the game. Second half just started.
Flag. Brad, did you see Malawatch run the floor as the kick out?
Proctor, another one. Wow.
Cannot miss. We check in with Tracy.
And this Mount St. Mary's team not hanging their heads at all smiles walking out of the locker room. Donnie Lynn telling me the message, stay connected. He felt they got a little individual, but this team has responded to adversity all year, he said, and this is just another taste of it.
Deep one doesn't go for James, and it's handled by Hobbs.
And Racky, go individual when the team is switching everything.
Nice dunk by Mount St. Mary's.
Nice little Javon Urban.
Duke up by 27.
We said in the first half about this Mount team. They have a spirit about them. I mean, they're having a difficult afternoon, no question about it, but still competing. Trying to get it inside. James kick.
Flag, wide open three.
Silky smooth.
And that's the point.
Cooper Flag playing like he's totally healthy. That's a good sign. Very good sign.
Proved in that area since high school.
12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. This is the end. He plays hard on this end. He is a good defender. And Hobbs lost it. Lipscomb was there, 10 to shoot. Hobbs against Flag. The hand up. Roller. Cordelia couldn't finish it. Flag flies in for the board. Deion James flips defenders, but couldn't convert on the slice. He's tough going to the rim. Early offense, Lipscomb. He tried to pass it along the baseline. It bounces off of Duke out of bounds. Even there, Flag was the one that's turned on the baseline.
And Mount St. Mary's has had some success getting the ball to Cordelia. He just hasn't been able to finish at the rim there, but we talked about at halftime, trying to get him to be more involved in putting pressure on the interior.
Duke is riding an 11-game winning streak coming into the NCAA tournament. Hobbs off the spin, 10 to shoot. Gets the handoff from Cordelia. Return feed, foul called, 7:25 mark, second half. Now that's the action. They love to run their sets, but Duke took them out of it in the first half. I should mention as well with Mount St. Mary's, they lost a couple of serious contributors. Terrell Ard ruptured Achilles in February, and Carmelo Pacheco, one of the top shooters in the nation, broken finger in the regular season finale. And Ard could fill it up. Hobbs off the stunner to the pass. They won't go for Adebayo. Flag is at crashing the Kniffel.
Wow.
Foul call. How good is that? Everybody appears to be okay. That's always an issue.
Duke up 30. Everyone looks healthy, playing well. Kniffel just took a tough shot. Hopefully he's okay. Let's go back to Ole Miss, Carolina. Sounds like a country song. Ole Miss, Carolina. Steal by Carolina. They're down by 8. Trying to go coast to coast. They lay one up. No good. Out of bounds. Ole Miss ball.
Out of bounds. Ole Miss's ball.
Excellent defense there to go vertical and not foul a as Jackson's leaning in, trying to get contact on that transition layup.
And that's what you can't do if you're Ole Miss, and that is throw the ball away. Jackson will make more of those than he'll miss. So Ole Miss dodged one right there.
They certainly did, and they usually do not turn the ball over much, as we know. The third in the nation, fewer than 9 turnovers a game.
Third fewest, an amazing number. Open shot, Davis, with a great screen by Morrell to open the door.
Dan, that is not a 31% three-point shooter. That stroke, we're right on the angle here watching it. That stroke can't get any better.
They're going to have to guard him. Davis, got it. He is he's a big shot maker, but he can make really tough shots. I mean, that was well defended.
It certainly was. Dre Davis getting the job done.
Ole Miss playing really well.
Davis able to
Up
knock
9.
it down anyway.
Taking a 3. Making a 3.
Another 3. Oh, those
12-point lead, Ole Miss.
6 of 7 as a team from distance.
Well, and that's Breakfield's second one off the bench. Davis has 3. We haven't even gotten into Padula or Murray shooting a 3 yet.
Trimble from Menominee Falls, close to Milwaukee, takes it in, rollicking his way down the lane. Foul, Davis of Ole Miss. Well, R.J. Davis, again, he's a guy who can create his own shot, and that's a really tough shot. But now down on the other end, nobody's creating his own shot. This is just good ball movement, good passing. North Carolina very slow to get out on a pretty good three-point shooter.
Yeah, and great unselfish play there. Dre Davis had just hit a 3. He stays in there and sets the screen on that one to get his teammate open.
Freshman from the Bronx with the ball. Jackson right here with a 3. Rebound lassoed by Morrell. He'll take it. Here comes Murray the other way. Driving home.
And 1. Oh, no good.
Foul Jackson.
26-14, Ole Miss going to shoot 2 free throws. 10 minutes to go in the first half.
All Elite Wrestling Collision Saturday after NCAA coverage on TNT and now streaming on Max with Ian Jackson picking up his first foul, and at the free throw line is Juju Murray, Jalen Murray, an 83% free throw shooter. You know, North Carolina, we talked about the fact that they've been shooting the 3 very well, but it seems to me that that's like the first option, and they've got some guys who can score inside. They need to put some pressure on Ole Miss.
Well, and when they've gone against the switch, we saw them be very successful. And Ole Miss gets out in transition. They really run.
And if you're missing threes, that's a great opportunity for long rebounds, and a team gets to go in transition. So North Carolina really not playing well here early because Ole Miss is making them look bad. Denson is out. Cadeau is in. And a change. Here comes David Barnes checking in for Ole Miss. He'll take the place of Juju Murray.
27-14, Ole Miss leads. 10 minutes to play in the first half.
Texas Southern and Sam Houston, and now with Ole Miss. A lot of transfers on this Ole Miss team. Cadeau, a sophomore from West Orange, New Jersey, makes the move, drives inside. Davis was there. Trimble on top. Purdue will defend. Shot clock at 6. Outside it goes. Purdue, no, he cannot get it. Cadeau can't hit the 3.
All right.
That was great defense, though, by Padula to defend the drive by Trimble. Make him kick the ball out to Cadeau.
Chiseling inside.
Wow, Ole Miss getting to the bucket easily.
Davis is having himself a first half. Ooh, wow, 13 points.
And he's just dominating. We've seen him make 3 threes. He's down in the post.
Withers got it from Davis. Fouled as he fired.
Ticky-tack foul.
With 9:09 in the first half of this one. Well, Davis, we're talking about mismatches, but here's a mismatch here. Dre Davis has R.J. Davis against him, and he just backs him down. He's got him by 6 or 7 inches. That's easy. And if that's going to happen, somebody from North Carolina's got to come and help.
There's no question. And look, one of the advantage Ole Miss has in that is that they play against switching every day because that's how they defend. So they are used to finding mismatches when they're in practice every day. They search that one out very, very well.
Trey Davis picked up his second personal foul for Ole Miss, and he will check out. Back in Brakefield, back in Juju Murray. Withers at the free throw line, and he's a 1,000-point scorer. He was also a 3-year starter at Louisville.
Carolina goes to some pressure after the free throw.
It's Padula. Withers was in front. Here's another mismatch. Brakefield works down low on Trimble. Lost it.
Oh, good D, Carolina.
Ahead it goes. Flying, gliding, can't finish. Davis.
But how many times have we seen that? North Carolina with a shot at the basket that they can't finish.
Ooh, wow. Swatted away on the layup try. With the foul. And 8:42 to play in the first half. Goes on Lubin.
You see Brakefield here, and they draw the foul. Contrast that to the other end. We've seen 2 Carolina drives, and yeah, they should have made both shots, Dan, but Mississippi does a great job of going up vertical, getting the hands back, and not fouling. That is disciplined defense that will win you basketball games.
Lubin picked up his second. Brakefield is at the line, who began at Duke and now in his 4th season with Ole Miss.
Stan, that's just what we're talking about, that even in transition, Ole Miss makes it really difficult for you to score. And those are baskets, North Carolina gets out in transition, they have to make those baskets, or their transition game just isn't effective.
Well, I think a lot of players just expect I'm going to go hard to the rim. I'm either going to score or get fouled. Mississippi works very hard not to foul you down there. And now it's a good job there by Carolina doing what you're talking about, Dan, finding the mismatch and getting the ball into Withers.
They got into Withers, you're right. He was fouled by Barnes.
Barnes, that's a mistake for Barnes fouling.
Duke up by 29. Ole Miss up by 14. Vanderbilt up by 7 at the half. We're going to stay with the Ole Miss North Carolina game. Ole Miss up 30-16 on the Tar Heels.
Small lineup, so they employed the small lineup a lot, but they started to go better when they had a bigger lineup. And there's a
good D, Ole Miss.
To the basket and a miss.
I love though Ole Miss's discipline to not foul. Too many times guys just bail guys out, assuming they're going to make the layup.
Nice play. Missed the open layup. Oh, too bad. Here comes Carolina.
That's a great job getting back defensively.
Goodell. Powell aims 3.
Big 3, North Carolina.
Well, they need to make a few of those. Powell, a good percentage, 37% three-point shooter, doesn't shoot a lot of them and needs some time, but with time can knock it down.
Padula hard to the rack, the defender down, foul called, Trimble defending. So Ole Miss is shooting lights out, 11-15. Carolina trying to counter with their three-point shooting of their own, down by 11.
You've earned this. So
Carolina playing tough. Hanging around. Down by 11. Duke 65, St. Mary's 38. Let's check out this game. It's the only other game on TV right now.
5:38, Blue Devils.
Open 3. St. Mary's knocks it down. Lead down to 24.
Flag gets a touch. It's 13-11 Mount in the second half. Missed by Proctor. And I'm sure that's what they said in the halftime meeting. Hey, let's 0-0. Let's see what we can do. Lawrence drives the block on the inside. Cordelia loses it initially. Just looking for a teammate and does. Hobbs. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 3 ball doesn't go.
Another 3, Duke. Wow. Duke looking good in their first game. I think he should, Noah. I think he should. I think I'm going to cover that fight. I think it's on during the day. It's over in England, so make sure you know what time it's on if you want to watch it. Proctor, another 3. He's on fire.
Unselfish. But not only that, running down that rebound, too.
Zigzag move here by Lipscomb. St. Mary's down by 30 and a giveaway.
Duke having a very good first game. Cooper Flagg looks very healthy. I want to see what Cooper Flagg can do in this tournament. That's why I want him healthy. Not just because I took Duke. Carolina down by 11. Let's go back to that game.
You channel it today.
Our competitive fight defensively is not there. They don't feel us. Nothing is going to change until we meet that competitive fight. We've got to be more physical on the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hubert Davis, who played there, he's won at least 20 games each season. 4th year in North Carolina, but this is the worst seed they have had since the NCAA went to seeding. Number 11, which is hard to believe, but there they are. And at the line is Sean Padula.
And that speaks to the success of the North Carolina program, but the other thing that Hubert is saying, and he's absolutely right, a team doesn't shoot in the 70s if you're getting up and making tough shots, and making them take tough shots. They've had wide open opportunities. I tell you what, though, I think they're defending the free throw very well. They've held them to 50% at the free throw line.
Nice pass. Passed up a wide open 3. Drew a foul.
Grabbing that loose ball. Be prepared for history to be written in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. NHL on TNT playoff coverage begins April 19th on TNT, TBS, and Max. The foul called on Dia, and it is his second.
Yeah, neither one of them were good fouls. One was that late reach in and just gave a foul, and that one's just pushing a guy in the back. They need him on the floor, and those are not good fouls.
Well, here now, Dia has 2 fouls, and he's out. And Dre Davis has 2 fouls, and he's been a really important cog offensively, and he's out. Let's see what North Carolina, and this is the front end of the 1-on-1 in this last 7 minutes, if North Carolina can take advantage of that.
It's Padula, who played at Virginia Tech for 3 years. And in the ACCs and this North Carolina program, there's a foul. It's away from the ball. It's down low. And I think it went on Trimble, who picks up his second.
Kevin, I was just thinking, Coach Beard told me yesterday he always wants the ball in Sean's hands. He told me yesterday he's a facilitator in the absence of scoring. And here we are for Padula, just 1 point with 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Coach says he always makes a positive impact on the game.
And he was big early, Lauren, in this one, assisting on virtually every basket the Rebels made. He has it here with a 14-footer.
Again, I love it when players respond when we're talking about it. It's almost like they can hear us over here.
Weren't you in the production meeting when we talked about this very thing?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Padula, great job right there to knock that down.
6.5 in the half. Round of 64, maneuvering here. Cadeau, right to the hole. Collision up high. Tapped out by Cadeau. Powell. It's Davis. It's a 3. And a rebound by Murray.
But again, on Cadeau's drive, Dan, he was expecting contact. They're not going to foul you on those. They've been well taught, and they are highly disciplined.
It's Padula. Brickfield, he'll plummet inside.
we see the difference at this end on the drive. Powell gets that forearm down on Brakefield rather than getting both hands up and going vertical. Brakefield doesn't finish it, but he gets a trip to the free throw line.
Powell picks up number 1. The freshman from Pittsburgh, North Carolina, and at the free throw line is Jamin Brakefield. 3-year starter. He has become, and you alluded to this before, he has become now one of the best sixth men coming off the bench. Went to the coach. It was a great story, and what a sacrifice he's making, but he still sees a lot of minutes.
Oh, he does, but listen, I coached some really high character guys. I was very, very lucky. Not once in my career did I have a guy come in who had been a starter for 3 years and say, hey, you know what, I'd like to come off the bench. Not once. Not once.
Cano.
Well, North Carolina's really in trouble here. They got to get something going quickly, or they're going to find themselves way out of the game.
Oh, slithering inside was R.J. Davis.
That's a tough shot, though. Is it sustainable to have to make shots that difficult?
Great field. And picked up by Withers. On the side, they get it. Jackson is in. Lickety split goes to the other side. Brakefield knocked it away. Ole Miss on the run. Padula is trailing and signals the play.
Jackson just going way too fast there. You know, you want to get down the court quickly, but, you know, maybe think about your other guys and pass the ball.
Brakefield, what a pass. Lasering it inside. Count it. Oh, the assist was perfect. The finish was great. Send him to the line.
That's Brakefield's second assist. Great back cut, puts the pass right on the money. And Carolina's got to take a page out of Mississippi's book and quit fouling on all these shots inside.
Dan Jackson picked up the foul. At the free throw line is Juju Murray, Dan.
R.J. Davis was going to jump out and deny the pass, but there was no pass because Murray just went back door.
Murray will check out, going to the bench.
But Jackson's got 2 fouls now. Trimble has 2 fouls.
Klafke is checked in for Ole Miss.
Klafke from Brazil.
His dad was an Olympian.
The only teenager that gets any playing time from Mississippi. Padula gets good position. Does a great job flopping on this.
Well, he's in great position, and Withers, you know, he's going to turn, he's put that shoulder right in his chest, and that is automatic.
It is automatic. And you're right, he was in position. He sold the call, but he was right there.
It's Padula. And Brakefield with a 3. Rebound was initially tapped, now claimed by Cano. At the top has just been in all of college basketball. Kay Tyson is checked in for the Tar Heels. Cano positions and fires. And Padula's got the ball, and he's off to the races. Battling to Tyson, who knocked it away. Powell. Davis. The stutter step, the drive, the bump, the finesse. And he got it.
R.J. Davis has made 3 tough shots already in this game.
4 to play in the first half. Carolina's never led. Ole Miss wide open 3-putt.
Well, Cano deserved that one. He tried to take a cheap charge away from the ball, went to the ground, and Padula got it wide open.
Little zone here, Dan.
Well, they do this a lot. They show you the zone coming down the floor, and then they're right back in there man-to-man.
Davis 3, Brakefield rebound, 3.5 to go. The other way with Morrell. The senior from Memphis, and back to Padula.
Sorry, I had to use the restroom.
You know, North Carolina gets discombobulated on both ends of the court.
Brakefield to Padula with the screen set. He'll maneuver and fire.
Ole Miss pulling away.
Davis taking up high from Padula, and a foul also over there.
Yeah, probably, Noah.
And Barnes will pick it up.
That's two of them I could see happening. Tennessee looked pretty good yesterday, though. I haven't watched UCLA play much. Duke up by 32. Let's go to Vanderbilt. Ole Miss. Vanderbilt up by 10. Maryland's game just started.
To start this game off, if you remember the first 4 or 5 minutes, he had 2 or 3 good looks that just barely came out. He might have another couple of 3-pointers there if they stayed with it.
I like what you did there, by the way.
Thank you.
Russ in the paint with a body bump, and he gets it to drop.
I just think they got to condense the floor now and just continue to go in deep first and look for some action underneath in the post area, drive it to the basket, whatever works, get it into the paint.
Man, Edwards bearing the brunt of that one with a loss.
I also think Gonzaga could give Houston problems. Could, potentially. I think it will happen? No, but could it happen? Yes. I also think Creighton could give Auburn problems, potentially. I'm looking at some of these other games in the bracket. Yeah, I could see Gonzaga giving Houston a problem, maybe. Or Tennessee having problems with Creighton. I don't think Duke will have problems with Baylor.
And these are going to be the first free throws of the game for Vanderbilt. We mentioned some of the struggles in that championship game in the conference final against Gonzaga last week. They lost 58-51, season worst game in terms of points. A lot of those same issues, Jim, have carried over here to Cleveland. Every dunk, every three, every upset, fan work is thirsty work. Stay refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
Interesting dynamics with Marciulionis still on the court for St. Mary's. I understand why they're leaving him on the floor at the 17-minute mark or so, but he's got to be careful in terms of the way he plays at the defensive end because they've been challenging him, and that's why he ended up picking up that last foul. There's another foul out front. Nickel reaching over the top. No need to do that far out on the floor.
You mentioned Marciulionis being left in here by Randy Bennett. One thing that the coach told us yesterday, these three seniors, with Marciulionis, of course, Saxon, two of the great players in WCC, he's got all the trust in the world in those three, and he helped navigate them back. Saxon, put back attempts by Morauskas, no. Magnon, all his defensive flex-eaters.
Yeah, they're going towards the rim, but they have been denied a couple of times now. Vanderbilt's defense is spectacular.
Oh, big three, Vanderbilt. Purdue scares the fuck out of me. That's a team I don't trust. Purdue should have lost yesterday. Purdue got a lot of help from the referees, man. I watched almost that entire game. And my buddy went to the game and emailed me. Or sent me a text. And he said the referees were fucking horrible during that game. Because I live very close to where the Providence location is. And they said that the referees were fucking terrible during that game against Purdue. I watched the game. I thought so too. Like, I don't have much faith in Purdue. But I looked at who they were playing, and they should win a couple games at least.
For a danger zone right now, no doubt, for the Gales. How they respond, but locked in. Big guy with a soft
12-point lead, Vandy.
By the way, intense conversation between Bennett and Marshallonis as his senior leader walked past them to go take a seat. How do they navigate here the next couple of minutes? They're going to have to burn a timeout with Barrett. They've had to do that multiple times in this game. And the Gales are down to their last timeout.
Wow.
Andy up a dozen, and they are looking pretty good with the way they're controlling the tempo.
Vanderbilt looking good. Up 12, 15:30 to go. And St. Mary's only has one timeout the rest of the game. Ole Miss up by 16. Let's check that game up.
You put this thing maybe to 12, go in feeling a little better about yourself.
Klafke. Breakfield.
Nice move.
Wow, not sure about that one. Looks like he might have just fallen on his own. He sort of tripped on his foot there. It's a tough call, but
it is a tough call, but if the defense makes contact that creates an advantage.
Yep, he got him with the foot.
It's a foul. You're absolutely right. It's the right call. Tough one on Jalen Johnson.
Tough call, though.
But that's the way this
I don't like that call.
for North Carolina.
Wakefield's got a chance to get into double figures already with this free throw.
72% free throw shooter. Jaden Wakefield coming up on AT&T at the half. Get all the scores and highlights plus the latest NCAA tournament news. All coming up on AT&T at the half. We are in Milwaukee, a great site, a full house, every seat taken. Wakefield got it. And Murray controls it. And approaching a minute to go. He's got Davis on him. Nudging his way in. Finding Padua. Defended by Tyson. It's a two. It's a long one. He can't get it. Washington will snare it.
Great defense.
Ole Miss up 16, 17.
Guard on the perimeter. Doesn't get beat on the dribble and contests
Wow.
the shot.
That's North Carolina's best half-court defensive set of the half.
Cadeau. Tyson. They'll put up a three.
Over the back.
That goes on North Carolina.
And North Carolina's really struggled in the half-court defense this entire game, but Tyson does a great job keeping Padua in front. And then
North Carolina doesn't have the height they usually have on their team. They have a small team this year by their standards. And I think Ole Miss is taking advantage of it. Ole Miss has some tall guys on their team. At least a couple. Carolina, I think, is having trouble with their size a little bit.
He's played over 150 games, too, for Ole Miss.
Incredible. Yeah, what a career. He's the best perimeter defender, one of the best that I've seen. Can really get down in his stance and move his feet. And Ole Miss going to take a timeout right here. This is the old use it or lose it.
Ole Miss up by 18. Holy shit. Maryland just started. Angel Reese's brother plays for the Terps. Maryland down 5-2 to Grand Canyon to start. Angel Reese's brother just got away with a travel. Grand Canyon getting abused on the glass. Vanderbilt up by 12 on St. Mary's. 5 minutes left in that game. Duke up by, holy shit. Duke's up by 43. Let's check out the Maryland game. They're down by 3.
Yes, please.
Here's Harrison from the wing attacking. Turned away.
Sort of a premium out here right now. Some nerves both ways, but these two teams right now are combined 3 of 18 from the field.
Grand Canyon's gone deep into its
Wow, Grand Canyon 7-2 over Maryland.
The X factor for this team when
plays well normally. Grand Canyon does too, and he's a guy that with his speed, he can get to the basket.
The guard gets to the paint. He can do that all day.
Yeah, that's a nice move.
Angel Reese's brother scores 7-4.
Right shoulder jump hook.
Maryland down 3.
Even though Duke brings a good defender at the WAC level, I'm not sure the physicality of Reese is going to be a real challenge for him.
Reading those ball screens, Harrison pulls up. Too strong, loose ball. Couple players on the deck. It'll be a jump ball. Staying here.
Grand Canyon guard getting good shots. Get to the paint, square up, straight up and down. Just got to make it. You see him, Mikael Williams, with the setup and a dribble drive to blow by. And the finish at the cup.
Yeah, Kevin Willard had pointed out that Kai Williams and Luke Moore as two guys coming off the bench that really concerned him. And you think he would mention a Ray Harrison or a Tyon Grant Foster, Jacoby Coles, and he pointed on those two guys as sparks coming off the bench here for the Ropes. In and out for Williams.
They're getting open looks. Good hustle.
Got to block out.
Getting open looks.
Harrison for 3, that time in and out.
Grand Canyon is ice cold from 3.
1 for 7.
Maryland get Reese back on that right block.
Rice changes directions, pulls up. And Toronto
Foul on Maryland.
Picks up the foul. We got DJ Karstensen, Matt Potter, and DG Nelson as our officials. Here.
North Carolina down by 18 at the half. Wow. Fucking blowout. And I made a mistake. Vanderbilt and St. Mary's have 15 minutes to go, not 5. Sorry about that. They had the scoreboard cut off a little bit when I looked at it. So Ole Miss looking good. Duke's going to win. Vanderbilt's up with plenty of time to go. And Maryland's down 3 in a game that just started. We're going to listen to that game for a little while.
And gets fouled on the rebounding attempt.
Grand Canyon's got to take their time and make their open shots.
Here's Smith gets his first personal.
You mentioned Duke Brennan on the offensive glass. 6 of the last 8 games, he's had 3 or more offensive rebounds. He gets there, he's active. If you're not checking out, Brennan is going to get second chance opportunities for Grand Canyon.
He's an Arizona native, has now played more games. He came from Arizona State. He started his career there, but now he's played more games at Grand Valley than at Arizona State. 65 to 36 now in his career.
Back cut downstream.
And Williams gets bumped by Jay Young.
Great inbound action. Another way to get the basketball to the paint.
Isn't it amazing, Jalen, that the flex has stood the test of time?
Yeah,
It's just it is.
Yeah.
It's been forever, and it will last for always.
Gosh, I just got the shakes. We only ran the flex at Northwestern.
Not much variance for the Cats,
And for a 5'6" guard that wanted to play up tempo.
Yeah, that's a tough offense to play in.
7-4 advantage here, Grand Canyon. Over Maryland corner, shot from Moore short.
But what it does is organizes the floor and lets everybody know what spots they need to be in.
Yeah, they're not shy. To your point, 1 for 9 from 3. Off and running. Reese, another opportunity. He's going to try to pull his way in for 2. There's that physicality.
And Brennan didn't give him an ankle. Julian Reese had to gather that and score it over the top.
Reese has got all 6 points. Yeah, breaks up the pass there. Good hustle.
Good hustle by Maryland.
Reese was on the ball, and then he was off of it, getting that deflection.
Gillespie.
Big 3 by Gillespie. Maryland up 9 to 7.
3 on the other.
Big news coming out of Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers leaves Pittsburgh after a 3-hour visit without a contract signed. Oof. Aaron Rodgers playing games, Pittsburgh playing games. We'll have to see. But he left Pittsburgh without a deal. Yes, I have Duke winning it all. I took a gamble on Cooper Flag. If he's healthy and that team's healthy, I really think they're the best team in basketball. I really believe it. At least based on talent. Maryland up 9-7. 11:45 to go in the first half. Make it 11-7. Nice little jump shot goes.
He can do that. That's a
Ole Miss up big at the half on North Carolina. Let's check out Vandy St. Mary's. St. Mary's starting to close the gap on this game. It's 39-33. 12:51 to go. Vanderbilt's going to shoot free throws.
Now watch. What does he do? Huffman takes it because he knows now I have the big guy away from his real safe territory underneath the basket. I get the big guy moving a bit, and I can really, as a guard, I can make things happen.
So Grant Huffman, who grew up in the suburbs just outside Cleveland, coming back home, hoping to get his Commodores into the round of 32. Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break, presented by Nissan in the March Madness Live app. First year in the program for Huffman. He's a graduate transfer, 4 years at Davidson. And as Byington told us yesterday,
Oh, missed the second.
numbers, but a really important
7-point lead, Vanderbilt.
Struggling with an ankle
12:40 to go.
See him out there going full tilt. That's another little bump away by Nickel.
Ross going to find the laces and
Oh, deep three. St. Mary's down 4. Uh-oh. St. Mary's starting to wake up.
I think that's what Nickel just did. And Ross said, okay, if you're looking for a screen, you're going to forget about me for a fraction of a second.
Or St. Mary's trying to shoot themselves out of the three-point abyss. Only their third from deep in deep.
Nice take by Vanderbilt to the hoop.
That's another one of his tricks. Coming off the dribble, bringing it up underhand.
Seventh leading scorer this season in the SEC. He averaged 17.
Vanderbilt was up by 14 points or 12 points, lead down to 6. St. Mary's with the ball.
They crossed the 12-minute mark.
Couple of high screens by Saxon.
Boy, Ross has helped turn the complexion of
Oh,
his
St.
hands.
Mary's missed the bunny, and they're going to foul.
But it's a big call
Big call.
against Saxon. That'll be his third, and he now has to be careful.
He does. You look at this. Where is everybody?
And St. Mary's best big man just picked up his third foul with 12 minutes or so to go. 6-point lead, Vandy, trying to knock off the number 7 seed, St. Mary's. St. Mary's is tough every year, usually. Ole Miss dominating Carolina at the half. Duke up by like 40. That game's almost over. Up by almost 50. Up by like 44. So Duke had a good win today. Cooper Flagg looked amazing. Looked healthy. Let's go to the Ole Miss. Oh, that game hasn't gone back since halftime. Maryland up by 4. That game's early going. I don't even think we're halfway through the first half. Overstimulation like a motherfucker. The NCAA tournament. We'll check out Maryland for a few. It's the only game on, really.
First tournament, the only guy out there with tournament experience is Julian.
Everyone else had a TV timeout.
One guy's played in one. Let's all take a deep breath. Throw him the basketball. I said, Julius, just one for you. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, guy.
I think it's a really great answer Kevin Willard is talking about. And Reese is performing 6 points, 4 rebounds to lead the Terps here so far.
If he's got single coverage, it's going to be a long night for Grand Canyon. They're going to have to mix and match, send some help over to Duke Brennan because Reese is a load down there. He's a ton of experience. He's a really good player.
We've seen actually a couple of buckets from people not named Reese. We've seen Gillespie pull up. Rice with a bucket as well. They're 3 of their last 3 after starting out 2 for the last 12. So maybe, to Coach's point, settling in just a little bit.
I'm going to get the future queen just yet.
Too easy for Maryland.
Right on cue.
How about the physicality physicality, but didn't overdo it. Like Jacoby Coles is knocked well back from that play, but a lot of young players extend that forearm. Mature take off that pick and pop by Derek Queen.
Almost to the halfway point here in the first half. Moore's forced to give it up.
Great job of fighting over screen.
Single digits on the timer. Harrison driving.
Nice play by Grand Canyon. Cut the Maryland lead to 3. Yo, Juice Man, that card tomorrow's in England. So if you're going to come hang out and watch the fights with me, make sure you pay attention to the time. I'm glad I looked at that today. I would have fucked up. I would have went to go watch the fights tomorrow night and missed them all. But we're definitely going to cover part of that UFC tomorrow. At least the last few fights. You're welcome. I'm glad I caught you. I tried to tell you, but you had already left earlier. But I'm going to cover basketball tomorrow too, but I'm definitely watching that Edwards fight and probably the 3 or 4 fights before it. I need a break from basketball too. It's been pretty good, but some of it, last night I was so burnt out watching basketball all day. I'm glad the UFC's on tomorrow. Give me a little break. Grand Canyon University or whatever the hell they are, college, hanging around, down by 5. Make it 6, 18-12. Maryland leads. Let's go back to the Vanderbilt game. It's a closer game with less time to play. Vanderbilt up by 4, 10:40 to go. St. Mary's going to the hoop, lays one in for 2, 2-point game.
At the very end, you look at the benches, you have one bench, St. Mary's there on one end, excited, and the other one just waiting for something good to happen for Vanderbilt at this side.
A contingent from Moraga coming alive now behind the Gales bench. 2-point game. Hoffman.
Well defended by Saxon.
Good D by St. Mary's.
Steps back.
And a 3.
Got a fingertip on it.
St. Mary's with a chance to take a lead or tie. I don't know, Juice. Have to see what the day looks like. Probably the main card.
5-for-8 loss with the 3 at field. See if they can get somebody else involved. So it's that team approach. Is that high screen action? Looking for Saxon down low. He's not there.
Ross stops middle, misses the
Good D, Vanderbilt.
This is the closest the Gales have been since the 11-minute mark of the first half.
He'll take that shot too, by the way. It's St. Mary's down the other end. They'll take that all day. He just missed it. He knows he should have made that one and can make that.
Mark Bonton barking out the play to his team. Into the paint, kick to Nickel. 3, no, misses badly.
See how the 2 bigs close that lane up just then very quickly. No drive then.
Nickel is 2 of 7 from the 3. He led the SEC in conference play from the 3-point line.
Vanderbilt up 2.
As we hit 9 minutes left. Lewis.
Both teams being impatient, forcing 3s. Here comes Vanderbilt on a break.
On the push, look out. Trying to force the contact.
No foul call. Looked like he got fouled.
Keep it with an underneath out of bounds. And Edwards can't believe he didn't get the call.
And watch Ross, the first guy, he slows down. He goes straight up, though. I'm not sure at the end there, did he get that hands coming down? I think if Edwards had a whistle right there, or was it call your own, he'd be going to the line.
3 substitutions made by Mark Byington. Yon, Hogard.
I thought Edwards got hit from behind on that play.
Marshall on his gym at the 8:48 mark. Randy Bennett kept it out as long as he could.
Vandy needs a bucket bad.
But you know why he got away with it, Spiro? Because the differential kind of...
Haven't scored in almost 4 minutes.
He's going to play smart basketball. Maybe challenge him a little bit if you're Nickel. He's good.
See the drop for the Commodores. Here comes Hogard. Out to Nickel, 7 to shoot.
Someone's going to put a shot up. Shot clock.
Into the paint, they got
Good take to the hoop. Gonna shoot free throws.
And he came out of that smiling too. Watch the very end of this play. He knows he's in a little trouble here, but watch what he does. He sticks that ball out.
Duke beat Mount St. Mary's by almost 50. Carolina down by almost 20 at halftime. Maryland up 8 on Grand Canyon. And we're listening to Vanderbilt versus St. Mary's. Vanderbilt's up by 3, shooting a free throw. 8:27 to go in the second half. See if the 10 seed can knock off the 7.
B-Day suit.
No, I meant Twinkle Twinkle. You don't have the range for that.
I do not.
Oh, embarrassing.
It was really embarrassing.
Three-point lead. Vanderbilt missed the free throw.
Down to the bottom, into the post. There he is, if they can get it to Wessels. He was open for a minute.
Marshallonis into the corner. Ross.
Wow, tied game. Baseline 3. St. Mary's tied up.
He's starting to go to the basket. Understood that he couldn't take a chance, but what does he do? He kicks it out to his partner.
Second 3 from Ross.
A long-range shot.
We are tied with 7:46 left.
Oh, Saxon got his hand on that ball, but you don't want to be swinging at that point against a guard.
Saxon's playing with 3. Here comes Bogart, top floor, left it short. Magnon again. Flicks it up to the rim, no good. It's loose. Magnon all over the place. Officials are going to say jump. It's Vanderbilt ball. Boy, Chris Magnon's going to need a nice bath for this one.
Trying to corral up between his knees.
Vanderbilt and St. Mary's. It's getting hot in Cleveland.
At AT&T.
Tied game, 43 apiece. Vanderbilt and St. Mary's, not much time to go. Maryland up by 10 now, 22-12. Carolina should get playing in a minute. They're down by 18 right now at the half. Then all Ole Miss. Let's check out Maryland Grand Canyon.
To the Turks.
Turnover. Here comes Maryland.
Go on these drives. I mean, it's very clear that Maryland is okay with giving up dribble drive and kicks for threes.
Well, you're 1 for 9. Prove it that you can hit that
Well,
shot.
it's a season-long issue. I mean, Grand Canyon's in the 300 for three-point percentage on a pass.
And Queen drops it off. And the finish.
And that's just the versatility of Derek Queen. Instead of high
Maryland's starting to get away from
back to him, he can make a play for himself.
Grand Canyon now.
Harris Smith's
Up
first
12.
That's Harris Smith's first basket in 9 games.
Williams with the miss. Look at Queen with the outlet pass. Here's Harris Smith again. He likes that scoring thing. Look, he's got back-to-back. Give him more.
Maryland pulling away. 26-12. Timeout. Maryland really starting to put the boots to Grand Canyon. We got Vanderbilt and St. Mary's tied. That's in the timeout. And we got North Carolina getting ready to come back on in a minute. A lot of blowouts again today. Good, this phone's almost charged. I can't wait to buy a fucking good GoPro. I just got to go fucking do it. So sick of dealing with recording off a cell phone. The battery just don't last long enough on it. Let's go back to St. Mary's. Vanderbilt tied up at 43. Vanderbilt with the ball.
When you go back to that first half where they couldn't score at all.
Marciulionis, foul trouble. And so they have needed everything from Ross McLaughlin. Unbelievable play.
What a play by Vanderbilt.
5 seconds to shoot.
Interesting enough, he sees that this ball's supposed to be set up to go to him. Hard to believe he didn't catch it.
There's the lob pass.
Nice big dunk.
It's the opening.
How about the flip and the spin? Did you notice that spin up there with the... It's hard to do that on the little alley-oop from that distance.
4 ties.
Vanderbilt back up 2.
Vanderbilt at 1 point out by a dozen. Ross well short. And there's the save. Luke Barrett giving Magnon a taste of his own medicine.
So here's the alley-oop. He really stumbles to get to that point. You see that spin that he just kind of glides it up there. I don't think anybody got a hand on that ball. He does the same thing. Nice work there by Barrett. Barrett and Magnon are kind of carbon copies of one another the way they play.
Yes, they are. Just incredible to see the fight between these two teams.
Oh, big 3, St. Mary's.
First lead for St. Mary's since the early moments.
He has just paced himself through foul trouble. And Randy Bennett has to get some credit to for holding him out of this game until about that 8-minute mark. Vince closing up the middle of the floor pretty nicely. Go by him now out front. There you go.
Good call.
Smart move by Hogard.
Smart move. Hit him with the body.
1-on-1 situation with St. Mary's whistled for its 8th team foul. Vanderbilt, by the way, is out of fouls at the other end.
Both teams are getting in foul trouble here.
Randy Bennett, year 24 at Moraga. And Mark Byington, after his incredible 4-year run at the helm of James Madison, has the Commodores back in the dance gym. What a season it's been. Vanderbilt last year, just 9 wins.
Oh, he missed it.
This season was
big miss by Vanderbilt on a 1-and-1.
Major conference team, by the way, in the country.
Uh-oh.
With the double high screen just to give some freedom. The ball fake cost them. Barrett.
He's going to shoot free.
Oh, St. Mary's got a nice call there.
In this game, fighting on.
St. Mary's got away with a push-off.
Here's one from the outside right here. And Young leaves his feet. And that's a good call in there. Hogard reaches out to stop him.
What a story this kid Luke Barrett has been. He's a redshirt senior. Grew up in the
St. Mary's trying to steal this game.
He originally committed to Division
Up 2 after the free throw.
In the LA area. Eventually found his way to Moraga. Walked on for Randy Bennett. And in his debut game, he hurt his foot. Season-ending injury. Returned for his junior year. They eventually gave him a scholarship.
3-point lead, St. Mary's.
Sixth man, and this year, first-year starter, Jim, led the WCC in minutes.
He had one other thing to that, Stuart. 3-time All-Academic League player.
What a player he has become. Just a personification, ethic, and grit. And he's given the Gales a 3-point lead. 6 to shoot. Hogard, Magnon.
Nice play, Vanderbilt. Tough lay-in for a basket. 1-point lead, St. Mary's. 5:40 to go.
1-point game. Ross pick and roll action. The whistles.
Oh, too easy on the other end. St. Mary's up 3. Vanderbilt led most of this game. What a shame. No foul called. St. Mary's with the ball.
Marciulionis playing with 4, so they've taken the ball out of his hands and they've given it to Ross, who's just been sensational. Edwards, though, picked his pocket. Off the floor, Edwards going to pull.
Big 3, tied game, Vanderbilt.
Over here, where Magnon is hurt. Took a shot off the ball. Edwards has 18, and we're tied again.
Boy, did Edwards ever take over that one possession, both defensively?
Oh, that should have been an offensive foul.
That one hurt.
Marciulionis.
Oh, big 3, St. Mary's right back the other way.
There's some reason
Should have been an offensive foul.
And everyone's going to catch their breath here in Cleveland.
Wow.
St. Mary's and Vanderbilt in a fight.
St. Mary's big man got away with a wicked moving screen on that set. Horrible fucking officiating. Those are ones that bother me. You know you can't set a moving screen. Referee let him get away with it. Vanderbilt down 3. Let's see what's up with North Carolina. They're down by 18. See if they can get back in this game. Second half just started. 18 minutes to go.
To do. He's much better in the mid-range and driving the ball to the basket, and that time Ole Miss just let him go. And we've seen Ole Miss make a defensive mistake like that very few times in this game. Davis on top. Murray will be picked up by Davis.
Nice pass. Ole Miss, nice give and go.
Nice pass
Pick
by
and roll.
Just a little pocket
Up
pass.
20 on Carolina now.
Nice touch inside by Brakefield. 5 assists for Padula. Powell underneath. Van Allen Lubin. I just keep running that. I don't know why they haven't gone to it more. Get the switch. Take the front. Bring the other guy up and go high-low. I mean, both times they've even tried to execute it, they've gotten it. Morrell, 3. Rebound by Trumbull, former Wisconsin, Mr. Basketball. Of course, Lubin only played 8 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. No jab step and take it in, and a travel. And this is what I like this, Dan. You highlighted this in the first half. They've got the front. Murray on him. Powell does a great
What
job
up,
coming
James?
to the high post. If you're Mississippi, to me, when that guy comes to the high post, when Ole Miss when you're defending the guy coming to the high post, you got to deny him the ball there. So if he gets it, there's just no defense on the high-low.
Well, particularly if Murray at 5 feet 11 is guarding Lubin at 6'8" inside.
Absolutely.
Ole Miss dominating. Wow.
It's a Padula 3. Rebound, reeled in by Davis. Powell is on him. Davis. First miss. Save going out of bounds by Dre Davis. Well, the Ole Miss fans loving that one. The effort there on the glass by their team.
Of course, if you're North Carolina, it's nice if you can score those baskets on the inside, but you got to get stops. There's a stop.
There's a travel. Every dunk, every 3, every upset. Fan work is thirsty work. Stay refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it?
North Carolina down 20. 50-30. Ole Miss dominating. Let's go back to Vanderbilt. St. Mary's up by 3. 4:23 to go.
Easy point, Spiro. Which of these two coaches can push the right buttons here down the stretch?
Yeah, the difference in that.
The man who was
The
celebrating
fuck
his
happened
birthday
there?
Today, Mark Byington arguing that call. It's on
You guys still there?
Yeah, he's leaning right there.
Jim, it's only the 4th turnover committed by Vanderbilt.
What the fuck happened there?
Entire game.
Now all of a sudden, guess who has the ball? Marshall Lawrence. This is a zone. And they switch out front, and they're playing a matchup. Looks like they're in a matchup right now. Got to really keep active and cut
What the
against
fuck
this
happened to
from
my
time to time.
screen?
Whoa, swing Barrett, the bobble. Saxon. As we cross the 4-minute mark, Marshall Lawrence pulls.
So good.
Ford underneath.
Rebound Vanderbilt.
It's going to burn a timeout. And now Vanderbilt is down to their final stoppage. 3:44 left in a 3-point game.
3-point game. St. Mary's up. My whole fucking stream just almost died. It was so weird. It just blanked out and went to fucking my home screen. North Carolina down by 20, 16 minutes to go. Man, all these games are blowouts. Besides Vanderbilt and Ole Miss. I mean, Vanderbilt and St. Mary's. Every one of them. Might take a little break after the Vanderbilt game. Maryland's up by 20, almost 30. And North Carolina's down by 20. 3:44 to go. Vanderbilt with the ball, down 3.
Made to make sure that they go towards the basket. Forget about relying on the 3. Take it when you can get it, and if you have to, but don't rely on it as your first option.
Edwards
looking
for a seam. Where spins, fades.
No good. Rebound, St. Mary's.
Held his feet defensively.
Bad shot by Vanderbilt.
Defensively with Wessels helping him out. Back to the matchup. Watch, it's a matchup. When guys move away from the ball, they'll be pointing to take the next guy in their area.
Steal, Vanderbilt. Oh, they lost the ball.
Or lost the handle. It's off the foot of Marshallonis.
You know what? That was an interesting play right there with the foul.
Yeah, they barely got by, though.
4 fouls. He took a major league chance here. I know this is the instincts of basketball, but now he goes after him. And I think he was going to stay away from that layup if it was going to be a layup. Because he knows he has those 4 fouls.
Young gets it back. You're going to reset here to Edwards. Edwards coughs it up.
And he couldn't dribble on that one either.
3-point game. Vanderbilt with the ball.
Left. And now Mark Byington, interesting, is going to take his final timeout with 2:43 left in a 3-point game.
53-50. Timeout Vanderbilt using their last timeout. North Carolina getting their ass whooped. Grand Canyon getting their ass whooped. I think once this other game's over with, I'm going to take a break. Just because all the other games are blowouts. I don't think there's going to be comebacks in them either. The way that the teams that are down big look. They're not showing much life. Vanderbilt led most of this game. So let's see what happens with 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes, 43 seconds. Yeah, I'm not a big Michigan fan. I got to be real. I like Michigan State. I don't like the Michigan Wolverines. And I really don't like their team this year. I'm just being honest.
Next possession is coming down to one possession. Make each one count, Spiro. Here's Huffman. Edwards on the deck. For a shoot. McLaughlin to the box. Outside. Edwards on the rim. And the
Vanderbilt missed a big 3 there.
Marshallonis clears.
Pretty good reason to take a timeout, though, if you know it's going to be a one possession. If he's anticipating it's going to be that type of game in the last 2 minutes and change here, but you've given up all your timeouts. Sometimes that's not that big a factor.
Ross gets a Saxon screen, slithers inside. Barrett.
Oh, that might be the game. 6-point lead after the 3 by St. Mary's.
Largest lead of the day for St. Mary's.
That was close to an offensive foul.
Or a big trip right here for the Commodores.
Big 3, Vanderbilt. Wow. Not over yet.
Told this yesterday. He's my most important guy. When he's on the floor, he makes everything work. And I worry a little bit less.
Well, just then he made everything look very, very
St. Mary's
good.
up 3.
34% three-point shooter. 6'7". We're having a little trouble getting some things and some sense against this matchup. Does he get his hand? He's all over the ball.
If he doesn't lead the country in deflections, I'd be shocked. Unbelievable hustle by Chris Magnon. 9 seconds to shoot for the Gales with 1:18 left.
Big possession.
Marshall-Lonis on the attack. They're going to get Huffman, and they're going to put Marshall-Lonis on the free throw line with 1:15 left in a three-point game.
Watch how quickly he makes his decision. Right there as he caught the ball, he said, I'm going for it. Definitely gets tangled up on the right arm. Watch the reach coming down.
That looked like a good play. I didn't see a foul. He got the ball.
Jimmy, consider the pressure on the St. Mary's team. They've had so many great seasons, so many 20-win years under Randy Bennett. You know, a lot of them talk about not getting to the second weekend since 2010. This arguably may be their best team ever. Can they pull it out here against this really good and scrappy Vanderbilt team and get to the second round in a date with Alabama?
Playing with no timeouts, Vanderbilt right now.
1:15 left. Vanderbilt's going to bring it up the floor, down 5.
Gotta believe that Edwards is going to get this at some point.
McLaughlin outside. This is Nito.
Big 3. Vanderbilt down 2.
What a pitch and pop just then going to the corner.
Vanderbilt needs to stop.
The Virginia Tech transfer cuts it to 2. 44 seconds. Ross. Now to Saxon. Marshall-Lonis.
Close.
Out
front.
Vanderbilt is out of fouls. Ross into the lane. 2 to shoot. Barrett puts it up. No. Saxon. Ripped down. He's going to shoot free throws, but boy, give Barrett the credit, Jim. Just get it up on the rim.
Exactly. And a good foul by Vanderbilt because they don't want to give up a layup right here, uncontested under these circumstances.
Well, he definitely fouled him.
St. Mary's as good as any rebounding team in the country.
Watch the pull down.
McLaughlin is called for his 4th, so Saxon now to the free throw line. He's only a 52% free throw shooter. His first trip today.
Miss it. Rick. He missed it.
Now you're in a Vanderbilt jersey.
I took Vanderbilt in my bracket.
Lockout of the season on right now.
Vanderbilt down by 2.
Where these two teams sit and what's at stake.
St. Mary's shooting a free throw.
One thing to
Up
keep in mind, Vanderbilt does not have a
27 seconds left.
27.7 left. The Gales have 1.
Oh, he hit the second.
2 does Saxon, but it's still a 1-possession lead with 27 seconds left.
This is why sometimes
3-point lead for St. Mary's. 27 seconds left. Vanderbilt will get the ball back. March Madness bracket. We got a big bracket going too with everyone from the channel. We got about 25 people that entered it. Had a chance at a free prize. NCAA basketball. March Madness. Maryland up by... Wow, they just banged a 3 at the end of the half. Maryland's not up by as many anymore. Maryland up 42-28. Up by 16 or 14 at the half. Ole Miss up 56-41. Oh, excuse me, Carolina just scored 56-43. Ole Miss up by 13. 12:50 to go in that game. And we're going to stay with St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. St. Mary's up 3 with 27.7 seconds to go. Vanderbilt needs a bucket badly. They need a 3 to tie.
Because he's so good with it, makes some good moves towards the basket, and let him dictate what's going to happen with it. Now he's all the way down. He's way down there. You can't even see him. So they're going to go to Edwards. They better go to him in a hurry.
Both teams are out of timeouts. Here we come. No fouls left to give. This is
Vanderbilt
Edwards.
needs a 3.
One of the stars.
Step back, Edwards. No good.
McLaughlin. Who's got it? 7 seconds. Vanderbilt with Huffman. Outside McLaughlin.
No good. St. Mary's is going to escape with a win.
Is over.
Wow.
The St. Mary's girls survive.
St. Mary's survives. Vanderbilt should have won that game. They choked down the stretch. Holy smokes, what a choke job. Vanderbilt was up by 12 points with a couple minutes to go and blows it. Good job by St. Mary's. Winning by the skin of their teeth. North Carolina getting absolutely spanked. So is Grand Canyon. I'm going to take a break before the next round of games. These games are all blowouts. I will catch you guys up tonight for more March Madness action.